And another thing is the white dude, like the Justin Timberlake or the Robin Thicke type white dude, doesn't even need to go fishing in that pool because they can get black women in real life, or I mean out the dating app all day long. So they're fishing for like the regular schmegler white dude, which don't want nothing to do with them. I mean, they're the most educated, so I would think that they would have the wherewithal to think about that shit. But that's just me.
Yeah, passport truck. What you got for me, bro?
Hey, good evening. Fantastic. I hope everything's going well. Ultimately, you know, I think the crazy thing about it is it's so hard to have, this type of conversation because, the media right now is not talking about this at all. I don't know if it's going to catch on later, but the reality is the numbers are in the black man's favor. If you look at how many blacks are in America, like we're just talking about black men in general, right? There's less than 45 million black people in America, right? If you say half of those are men, then that means that there's less than 23 million black men. And then break that down, of the ones who are marriage age, there's a lot less than that. So let's just go with the number 23 million. Now, if you take a look at Asia, they got over 2 billion single women over there. If you take a look at Latin America, you take a look at South America, they have at least 400 million women there. If you take a look at Europe, they have at least 400 million women there, most of which are single, especially considering the wars like Russian and Ukraine women. And a lot of them will deal with black men. The numbers are just in our favor. Now, I didn't mention Africa because I felt no reason to, especially since the dating apps don't care about them either. But the reality is, it's like the numbers are in our favor, and black women, they're at the bottom of the totem pole. And the thing about it is, when you hear these conversations on, like, these stupid shows like The View and whatever, all they'll do is just talk about the racism aspect. Be like, oh, the dating apps are racist. No, it's not the dating apps that are racist. It's the fact that the guys who are signed up are clicking that they don't want you. So it's like at a certain point, who are you going to blame? But the bottom line is just keep doing what you're doing, hold the line, and there ain't nothing they can do about it. They can talk all they want, but there's just nothing they can do about it. So either they could decide to be better people, but I don't think that's going to happen. But the bottom line is we're going to win no matter what. Black men are the prize. These white women out there, they itching to have a mixed baby. They itching to get a black man. Same thing for these Asians. Same things for these Latin American women. These Latin American women, them men beat the shit out of them. These Asians, them men beat the crap out of them. See, black men, we've been pussified by America to the point where they can get with us and they be happy and they have a good, loving husband who's been simplified and pussified by America, right? So their own men would kick the shit out of them. I know you heard about that 4B movement in Korea where they say no sex, no marriage, no children with their own men. Korean women are going after black men and they're not even looking at their own men. And with the numbers in our favor, we've already won. We've already won.
Well, yeah, man. Like you said, truck. Listen, bro. That's what I've been trying to tell brothers for so long, dog. And again, this isn't a thing to where shout out to Password Bros and all those things. Shout out to the SYSBM. Shout out to all that stuff. But again, I'm just telling you, man, it's a lot more options. And being the fact of the matter that we do close our you know what I'm saying, options up to black women. Not a lot of the reasons, like you said, due to a lot of the propaganda and the way they set the game up. Over these next few years, we're going to see a major boom. And even still, shout out to Prime VA 757 and truck. You might know the stats. Didn't black interracial marriage jump like 7%? It was like 7% in like a year or something, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so and remember, we were the only group of men that doubled their women in interracial marriages, right? So black women, and people just talked about it, and like you said, Chuck, what's happening is the media is getting away from this whole narrative and this bullshit about black men being the problem, and even the media is starting to expose a lot of the ways of black women as a whole. Now again, not all black women are fucking ghetto. Not all black women are baby mamas. Not all black women have STDs. Not all black women are unbearable, burly, big back bitches. Okay, not all. Okay, but a lot are. Okay, again,
I,
when we start talking about these stats, I'm almost done. When we start talking about these stats, man, listen. The obesity rate. I don't even count the overweight rate because you say, hey, if you're overweight, you could be thick. But obese is just that, right? You're talking about obesity rate and all this shit, so on and so forth, and you got over 60% obesity rate. Okay. And then you start talking about the finances. Y'all love talking this boss bitch shit, but again, black women only make more money than fucking Hispanic women. All right. And most the Hispanic women that are in the thing, we know they're doing very, very low, you know what I'm saying, retail jobs or whatever, if not fucking working up under the table. And they always love to compare, you know what I'm saying, us to fucking how everybody else is making more than us, right? And then too, the big stat they loved using was black Wigatron before she got kicked off fucking YouTube. Black men are costing the United States government $50 billion because of unemployment. You know who you can't find and the cost that they're costing the United States government for their unemployment, when again black women have the highest fucking unemployment just like black men do. Okay. And then most importantly, because we know you have so many fucking children, all right, those black men that are causing that $50 billion, the majority of them are single black men. They don't have families to take care of. Okay. There aren't fucking black men that are out here. But you women though, so that lets us know for sure, especially again when over 60% of black women have multiple kids by multiple men, which means over the black women that have kids, okay, of the black women that have kids, so start off 100% of black women with kids, right? 70% of those are not in marriages, okay, and then of that 100% of in that 70%, 60% of those are two kids by two different men. So that tells you over half of the fucking black women that have kids have it two, because we know it's two by two different men. So that means at least 60% of black women have two kids at the fucking at the least, right? So how much money is it going to cost the United States government for someone that has fucking kids in tow along with them? You're never going to find those numbers though. There's never going to be a study showing you how much money black women are costing the United States government for their unemployment, for their welfare, for their fucking having kids without, you know what I'm saying, outside of marriage, just all those things. You're never gonna find those numbers. Go ahead, True Black.
nah, I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah, you out here. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, man. No, I was just saying I was trying to break this shit down. I was like thinking about this shit. And one of the things is it's a diversity problem when it comes to black women's behavior and shit like that. Like for instance, I use an example like rap music, right? A rapper, you can find a conscious rapper, and you can find a trap rapper. You can find all these type of diversity in men. But when you look at female rappers, what are they doing? They're all talking about the same thing, and literally to men, that shit is undesirable. I mean, you can have an Ebony K. Williams. She will stand right next to Sexy Red and talk the same fucking shit. You feel me? But like somebody like let's say LaCroix or something like that, he's not gonna stand right next to like fucking was it Kodak Black and talk the same shit. So they don't understand that their imagery is very repulsive to men in general, and they don't want to change that shit. And I think one of the biggest people that fuck that shit up is fucking the simp, because the simps are so like ready to please all women. They'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter if she had 5 baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? She's still good. And then you, a sisterhood, would be like, yeah, you're right, you're right. Like, but if you look at men, nah, I mean, there's certain men that we fucking ostracize and be like, nah, fuck that nigga. He ain't like, you know what I'm saying? He's not like us. You feel me? And a lot of women are refuse to do that, and this is the consequence of that. You don't want to you don't want to separate yourself from the hoes. If you don't want to do that, we're gonna treat you all like hoes. Go ahead.
For sure. Hey man, I got 290 people in the chat, bro. I need y'all to hit the like button for me. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Bro Mercy, what's up, fam? You haven't said anything yet. Go ahead, it's on you.
Yeah, what's up, brother, Mr. Fantastic? One thing I like about you, Mr. You always trying to use stats to talk to these women, man. and I be seeing you, I be watching you, man. We gotta stop trying to have intelligent conversation with these women and just tell them straight up, man. Cause they talk to us straight up. They don't never use stats when they talk to us. They don't never have no evidence when they talk to us. They just talk to us, Mr. Fantastic. We just need to start talking to them. We just don't want you. Plain and simple. I don't need a stat. I don't want you.
You don't really have to say it. All you got to do is get you a not them woman and just bring her to church and parade her around, put a ring on her finger. You don't really have to say anything. Actions speak louder than words. Right?
And I love Mr. Fantastic. He's so patient with these women. But I guess I'm older than you, Fantastic. So I'm a little different. As you get older, you lose patience. As you get older, you lose patience. You just lose patience. I'll be like, nah, I don't need to talk to you. No, I don't. And like the brother just said, I'm just going to show you what I'm just going to do what I do. And we need to continue to move silently as men. Just keep. And then what's crazy is they come on our platform when we talking to each other. You'll see them sneaking up on us. I'm like, we just trying to have a manly conversation, and they want to come in, and I don't go in their platforms. And how they was on TV for 50 years bashing us and talking bad about us, ruining our reputation, ruining our image, all that stuff they did on Ricky Lake and all them other shows. I remember all that stuff, man. And I'm just like, I'm just like, man, we I know we want to take the high road. I know we want to use data, statistics, because I'm all about that. I have a math degree, so I'm all about that. But when I talk to women, I don't talk to them intelligently. I'll be like, nah, especially black women. I ain't talking intelligent at all. I'm like, look, you know what the deal is. You're not down with it. Get the fuck on. Real simple. Just real simple, Fantastic.
No, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that black women having just an image problem?
Yes.
I mean, I know that's like, it's an image problem, right?
Yes.
I guess they painted the image of a black man so bad, like in the 80s, in the 70s, in the early 90s, that I think most black men essentially fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can, like, most black men can go in a room full of white people as long as you present yourself as as a real person, whatever. I mean, it's gone. But most black women really can't do that shit. I mean, they really can't do that. And the problem with them is they try to live up to all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They start talking ghetto and do all that bullshit. Do you guys think that's a problem?
Of course. See, you got to understand, when you ask, is it an image problem, right? Some of the words that the average man would use to describe a black woman, right, are never submissive, demure, gentle, like kind. Like, they're not going to use any of those words, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy for them to just be mean and rude all the freaking time. So their image problem is they caused it. The mere fact that their own men are devoting this much time to YouTube podcasts to talk bad about them, and on top of that, they can't get chosen on dating apps, that should tell you right there they have an image problem. I mean, their own men are turning on them, for God's sakes. There's not much to say. And after all, who are you going to blame? If black men can get with a woman who's not black and they can be happy and they can have a good family and everything, then who you blaming? It's your problem. It's you. But they'll never admit to that shit. They'll never admit to it. It's always somebody else's fault. The white man did it. The black man did it. It's left. It's the what is it? The Jim Crow letter. What was that letter that said blacks got to treat you like shit?
Willie Lynch
letter.
It's always some bullshit. I get tired of these people. I can really get tired of it. So my bottom line is, at this point, I'm just like, yo, let the hood get gentrified. It'll wipe out all the Keishas, all the Shaniquas, all the Pookies, the Ray Rays. They'll just disappear like the dinosaurs did when that asteroid hit. I'm with it.
I mean, that's a question. I mean, why can we separate ourselves from Pookie and Ray Ray?
Because we have money. Pookie and Ray Ray can't follow us. We have money. We are well after.
But Shaniqua in the the PhDs and all that, they have the same access. They can separate.
No. Just because they have a PhD, that doesn't mean that they're making money. You have to understand, when you get one of these bullshit PhDs now, you're spending a lot of money to go into debt, for one. You're trying to work that money back, most likely by writing books and trying to publish them. Most of these PhDs are bullshit. Like, if it's a woman who's got if she's a MD or she's a lawyer or something, they have a better earning potential. But when you're dealing with a liberal arts major who gets a PhD in education and they're not teaching, or they're not still actively in like the Department of Education, they're not making no money. They're trying to break even.
I'm not going to hang around a gang. I'm not going to hang around a gang member.
Let me say this real quick, and then I'm gonna get more problems than you, Dino. Let's shout out to Chuck, man. Listen, this another thing too that black women have tried to whoop black men with the whole education thing. Listen, if your master's, your PhD, your doctorate, or whatever the fuck, like you said, bro, does not equate to immediate dollars, like I'm saying, a return within 3 to 5 years of you getting it, all you're doing is motherfucking overpaying for a piece of paper. Shout out to everybody with degrees. I'm not shitting on degrees or whatever, so on and so forth. But like you said, man, a lot of these PhDs don't mean shit. They don't. It's just saying you went to school and you pay extra money to get some motherfucking extra letters on the back of your name. And you don't got no money behind to fucking back it up, because like you said, it's not the fucking medical field. It's not law. It's not tech or STEM. You know what I'm saying? It's just some shit to where, again, at best, you might cap out. You spent hundreds upon hundreds of thousands to just start making six figures. You're talking in education, bro. Education is one of the least fucking paying, you know what I'm saying? And again, we need teachers. We need educators. I'm okay, but what I'm saying is, again, for you to keep doing all these things, bro, and you know what I'm saying, stacking up this debt to just make minimal fucking increase, bro, you're literally feeding the machine, right? So shout out to Chuck for pointing that out. And like I said, that's why, again, all men of all races go to school less than the women that they're attached to. Say this again. All men of all races go to school less than the women. Okay. Men have other means of making money. So that education shit is moot. Anytime black women bring that shit up, I already know, bitch, you might have a degree, but you're still a dummy. Okay. A degree does not equal intelligence. Okay, for a lot of people don't understand that shit. Degree does not equal intelligence. I'll say it again.
That's fantastic. I think it's also important. It's also important to point out, most of these schools, you can pass through these schools just by having a heartbeat and a pencil. Most of these schools are determined to keep you enrolled simply because they have to pay their teachers or they have to pay for their grounds. The simple fact is, within the recent couple of years, especially since the pandemic, they've been losing a lot of male enrollees, and they're worried about that because now they have a lot of males that say, no, I'm not going to college, I'm going to trade school instead because I want to start making money immediately as an electrician or a plumber or whatever. These women can't do those jobs. So instead, they'd rather sit up in a classroom, learn liberal arts, and get a PhD. They get multiple master's degree, have nothing to show for it except a list of debt. And then what's worse is they go to the biggest name schools they can find. So instead of getting that degree for $450 a credit, now they're paying $1,000 a credit. So they end up with double the debt. You know, there's levels to this shit. But the sad thing is, you can never challenge them because when they say these things, they do it in an echo chamber and you just happen to hear it. You can never, when she says, I have a PhD, you should ask her how much debt she has. You never have the ability to challenge these things. And that's the big problem. That right there, and their egos are so inflated at this point that they basically believe that they're better than you. They believe they're better than black men. They believe they're better than men in general. The women literally believe they're better than you. So the simple fact is, the only thing you can do is not play with them. Just get your passport, go on about your business, get another woman who's ready to submit, and that's it. And leave them in the dust where they belong. That's what.
Let me get
Hey, bro.
more
Hey, bro.
problems than you know in here. Go ahead.
Bro.
More problems than you know. It's on you. Unmute. It's on you.
Hello, fantastic.
Hey.
Hi. No, I actually, I am a liberal arts, very much a liberal arts major, just undergrad. And long story short, I know your live chat and your panel is more focused on, of course, because majority men, majority black men, the relationship between black men and black women.
Cool.
But when I say more problems than you know, I cannot emphasize. I cannot emphasize how these. What I'm just speaking for myself.
Cool.
I am a black woman. The how these women, just the abuse, and I really truly mean that word, abuse, at the workplace, and what is now.
So hold on. So can I don't want to interrupt. So you said you put emphasis on abuse. So can you just give us a little bit more details?
When I say I mean physical abuse,
Okay.
even like for myself, what I have encountered at especially my younger years, I don't want it to go into detail, but
Okay.
it
No
is,
problem. Yeah. I don't. I want you to do that.
yeah, because I don't want to just take up, your whole life,
Yeah.
because
Cool. Cool. Cool.
this is your own life. Um, the even just last year being physically assaulted at a Whole Foods, at an Xfinity, at a racetrack. When I mean physically assaulted, I mean just walking in, being stalked, being harassed, and this need for attention and validation. And one thing I've noticed, and I've noticed this for years now, this whole talk about white supremacy, Black women will always partner up with white supremacy against another Black woman that she, for whatever reason, for whatever her insecurity is. And I just came on this panel because, in all honesty, I just do not see, nor do I believe that Black men do not see this happening as well. This is just my like, I worked in an environment when I was younger, it was all women, and it was only the Black women who would literally harass me. Keep in mind, I'm here, I'm making the money. And
Mhm.
that's what the big issue is. And it kind of goes back to Black women in school. You have to come when you're going to these schools. I'm a liberal arts, philosophy, and political science, very liberal arts. But I always know that I have to come in to create a solution for a problem. And that's the mentality I've always had. And I've been very successful. And with that mentality, I generate money, revenue, numbers, dollars, production. From there, I segued because of the behavior and the abuse I've experienced with Black women. And remember, they are in HR. So these women, you have HR, I have gone to the EEOC, again, Black women, they all stick together, quote unquote, on code to abuse another Black woman. They do this every single time. I purposely put myself in a position. I do cybersecurity now because it's majority men and men who are veterans, military. Cybersecurity is like about 20 or 30% veterans, just because I don't want to deal with their abuse, because it really is that bad. It really, and they do not, there's no work. They do not work. They will happily bring liability to every company because they don't produce anything and they're not accountable for production
So
of
just
this.
let
Yes,
me
fantastic.
interject this real quick. So you're saying so everything you're saying is in reference to Black women about lack of productivity, of course, hive mind and pretty much like, what I'm saying, choosing another Black woman to attack, and be it physically, be it socially or whatnot, what have you. You're saying Black women do this against other Black women, correct?
I cannot emphasize yes.
Great.
Yes.
So and you're a Black woman, right? Again, right?
100%.
Yeah,
I
I can
mean,
hear we can hear your voice. We can tell. So this is what I'm saying, right? So again, you're giving credence to everything we're talking about here, to where if a Black woman has all these issues and problems and articulated to the point of where she has them, okay, her own people, her own time, her own type, her own everything, the people that she's a part of the demographic. Now imagine what men see outside of that group, especially from different races, different socioeconomic statuses, all these different things, right? So that's why we're saying this, and this is rare, and I can tell why they jumping you and shit, because again, you obviously, what I'm saying, will have the gall to say when something's wrong. But you're bringing credence to a lot of the things that we've said, and black women swear we're lying when a black man says it. So this is why I say, I know y'all going ham in the chat, y'all saying a lot of shit about derailment and all this other stuff, but bro, y'all got to get out of this habit of like it's a girl shit, bro, and listen to what she's saying. She's confirming what we're saying is true. She's confirming that everything we've been telling you guys for years upon years upon years isn't just us whining, isn't us just not having enough motherfucking red swag, nigga juice, enough motherfucking hood, enough whatever in the fuck, bro. She's telling you she's experienced to the point of where she was not, I'm not going to say forced out, but she had to make other, career choices due to, what I'm saying, the fact of the matter that, like you said, black women getting these positions.
Black women hate black women. I'm just directly stating that to you. Black women hate black women. Black women will readily put her own daughter in a place to be abused. She will readily put her in that position. These things just don't happen. A black woman, you can go to your job.
I have a question.
Yes. Whoever's speaking. Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay. It sounded like you did a lot of work. Like you had to do a lot of work to get to where you were at.
Yeah.
When you hear Black Girl Magic, how does that make you feel?
First, I don't like hearing magic being attributed to black women. That just personally, especially for what magic is, it's phantasma, it's fantastical. It's basically like it's corruption of reality. So I don't like that term. And I've actually said that to other younger black women. I do give grace to younger black women. I truly do.
Is that offensive though? Is it offensive?
I don't like it. I do find it offensive. I keep that to myself, but I do find it offensive because I've like when I speak about myself to younger black women and then they respond, "Oh wow, black girl magic." I readily correct them and say, no, we are not magical. We are women being productive. We are women bringing the point, be solutions. You want to bring about it I always tell younger black women, because they see me, they see the things I have, they see the car I drive. When I say to younger black women, wherever you go, stay focused, do not gossip, do not gossip. Do not get into people's personal life. At your job, you are there to provide a solution because there's always something wrong. And you want to be that particular person who brings a solution that can be sustained in perpetuity. So and that's why I really push younger black women, don't just do these jobs that are tasks. Of course, early in your career, yes. But as you're progressing and getting older, you do want more professional positions where you are directly solving big, complex problems. And I always, when at other jobs I've had, I always make that a point with the intern to bring regardless of the intern is, a black girl or a black guy, I bring them to me because I make it a point to work complex problems, and I want to have them introduced into that and to update their resume. So that's something, again, you don't see very much with black women, is the promotion of the youth. It's just chaos. There is a deep love. And maybe some of you heard about this when Ayanna Van Zandt, when she said, black women, you're out of order. She's saying black are chaotic. There is something very deep within a black woman's psyche to enjoy chaos and to inflict this chaos, especially at a black woman. It's whatever you're experiencing with black women as a black man, it is way worse for myself because nobody does anything about it. And black women will readily involve white people in their chaos against another black woman. That's why this whole white supremacy is BS, because black women love it. They use it as a weapon against other black women. And I know that your own, I will respectfully say grievance, But what I'm stating is that I do believe Black men see what's going on, Black women, and get how they behave towards other Black women, especially younger Black women,
Okay.
especially at the workplace.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I
So,
interject real quick? Can I interject real quick?
let me ask a question, then you go ahead. So more probably than you know, you're addressing the a lot of the, you know, Black women to Black women relations, right? And we with you on that. So but what do you see from the Black women to Black men? Because that's a big part of the focus that never gets talked about. Look, I greatly appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, giving credence to, you know what I'm saying, there being struggles within you guys' own circles, but the same hatred that you say Black women have for each other, do you not believe it's far greater than that for Black men?
Well, here's what I will say. I do believe that's the case. What here's if I may respond with this statement, if I may respond to you with this statement, fantastic. A Black man actually told me this, that as a woman, you have the ability to build a nation. So whatever your past was, you be through your womb, through agency, you can always start new because you build the nation. The nation literally being the man, and that is the man's last name towards your children. One thing that is really important to note, and I believe this, is that these a child that is birthed through a woman does not belong to the woman. These are these children's men. These children do belong to these men. Black women don't see that. So when you already have a mentality of chaos, your decision making is going to continue being chaotic. One thing I learned from myself is that, am I making decisions out of low self-esteem? And I really sat back, like, I need to maybe sit down and really do some self-reflection and self-time to ensure that I, as a Black woman, am not making a decision, especially when it comes to mating and even friendship, that I'm not making this decision out of low self-esteem, or which again goes back to chaos. And this is something that doesn't occur with Black women. So you will see a Black woman who will make a decision towards a mate out of low self-esteem, just encouraging that chaos. And I have grace again towards younger Black women. But when you're a Black woman in your late 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and you keep making these decisions, especially when it comes to people you surround yourself with, including men, because Black women are primarily with Black men. Black women are primarily Black men. It's not surprising you see these issues that keep occurring. And, you know, we hear these words, Pookie and Ray Ray, but at the end of the day, as a Black woman, this is who you're choosing to lay with, and that you're continuing to choosing to lay with. It's funny, it would behoove a Black woman to just be celibate so that you can take some time to think, am I making the right decision? Why does this keep happening to me? Why am I, how, like, you are, I truly believe you are what you love, not what loves you back. So if you are a Black woman and this guy, he ain't shit, he's not this, you know, Pookie, Ray Ray, all these words, that is what you love. This is what you are bringing yourself to. So I think that's not happening, and that's why you see these chaotic relationships where the Black woman will then be in a relationship with a man who is not good for her, but she's not sitting down and reflecting within herself, how am I even in this position? Because at the end of the day, as a woman, especially living in a Western society, a woman, we have agency. We truly do. So you can decide who these men you are with, or not be with a man and just be celibate. So you can take time to better understand why you're making these decisions with these particular men. And that's just another thing that bothers me. It's just like celibacy is never discussed. It's like Black women are perfectly fine being the face of, whether it be abortion, a lot of that. And it's just, that really, really bothers me, because we really cannot just be celibate. No birth control, no pregnancy, nothing. Just spend some time and just be celibate. And then look into, again, when you're looking to choose a mate. Take that time when you choose a mate. Maybe it's time for you to just take some time, be focused on your career, be focused on church, be focused on buying a home. Take some time as an individual so that you can be in a mindset to truly choose a good man. Because, fantastic, I'm going to be very honest with you. Throughout these jobs I've had, I cannot tell you the type of Black men I have worked with and what these Black men bring time and time again. And these companies know the success and the productivity, what Black men do. One thing Black men do very, very well in corporate America, they know how to rally a team to bring about a solution. Even like a Black guy does not need to know Excel or to type or any of that stuff. I can do all that. That's what I do. A Black man generally gets paid for what he knows, not what he does. And I see this a lot with the Black men I work with who do come from the military. They are highly respected and they do have that debonair look to them. And these Black men, as long as they do not get involved with women at the job, stop that. You're going to progress and move into management, move into executive. These companies 100% want Black men. Tech wants Black men. White men prefer, I'm telling you, to work with Black men. You will do very, very well as a Black man in technology. This is what I've seen from.
Have you ever chose up on a Black man?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever chose up on a Black man?
I didn't understand what you chose up.
Have you ever been in a relationship with a Black man?
Chose?
Yeah.
I have in the past. But that's just.
How did that go? I mean, did you do what you're talking about? Did you enhance him, or you took away from him?
I don't know about this and what you're referring to. I look at relationships and marriage in a very different way than most people because of how I was raised. So that's just not something. I move in a very different direction because I don't believe in divorce. So whoever I'm with, that's indefinite, and that's how.
No, I mean, I'm just asking you. The Black men that you chose, did you make it point to try to enhance him? Yes or no? Straight up and down question.
Answer that question. Like I'm not here to discuss like relationships and things of that nature. I'm here just to keep it very objective with just the workplace, because that's not something I'm going to discuss.
Good. Go ahead.
Well, can I say something, Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say really quick that I think that the topic is dealing with women dating on dating apps, and one thing that's good is the fact that they act like they're so surprised to find out they're so low on the totem pole. I mean, I understand why they're surprised, and I really don't get that. And then if you want to discuss Black women in the workforce, I think you need a whole different day for that.
That's very
because you need fantastic. You need another topic for that one. That's gonna take. Look, I got stories upon stories, but I thought we was talking about dating apps, so I'll stay there.
Well, Bro Mercy, excuse me for interrupting you, Bro Mercy. One thing that, of course, we would have to bring up is the weight issue. We do have to bring up the weight issue when it comes to Black women. It's a problem. It is a problem, and it's going to. I mean, just from a biological standpoint, a man just is not going to move in that direction, and it's across the board for all races. But Black women, when we look at from a gender specific area, it's like 20% higher than Hispanic women, and then white women, and then Asian women have the lowest at like 15%. But we're at a point where Black women, it's like 70% obese, not overweight, obese. And now there are new categories of obese. So it's just not going to work out in that respect. Not even discussing attitude and mannerism, etc., but just from a biological standpoint, that's another discussion. Is that many Black women are just not healthy, and it's sad.
And Mr. Fantastic, you know how you say Black women and Asian men should get together? That can't work because Black women want a man that's 6'5", and Asian men are intelligent. They don't want that. Don't they have the highest IQ? Don't the Asians have the highest IQ? So they want a rapper.
No. Well, hold on. First of all, Asians do not have higher IQs. That's not true. That's just something they made up. Number two, Asian men are not looking for black women in general. Asian men typically want smaller women than themselves. Black women are much larger than Asian women in general. Most Asian men right now are not getting traditional marriage from their own women. Therefore, most of them are going down to Southeast Asia. They're going to Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, and there are other parts of Southeast Asia in order to get women. As I mentioned a while ago, the South Koreans have a feminist movement called the 4B movement. The Japanese women are doing the exact same thing. They're not giving traditional marriage. And the Chinese women are doing the exact same thing. They've allowed capitalism and feminism to take them over. Black women are not on the list for Asian men. Black women in general are not on the list for Latino men. Black women in general are not on the list for European women. European men, Asian men, they all want white women. Most of them can't get them, or they can't get the ones they want. So when they go down to that next tier, they go after Asian women, especially the ones in poor countries. So I was going to ask a question because I think, we got a little bit off the topic. More problems than you know. What do you have to say about black women claiming that they're being discriminated against by the app systems? Because I would interject that the apps are not discriminating against them. It's the men who are discriminating against them and don't really want them. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with discrimination because ultimately the apps give us the choice to pick what we want. If a woman can say that she doesn't want me because I don't make $80,000 a year, then that's a form of discrimination as well. If a woman can tell me she doesn't want me because I'm not 6 feet tall, then that's a form of discrimination as well. So what do you think about that? What do you think about black women saying that the apps are being racist against them?
But see, my thing is like this, and maybe I should phrase it this way. As far as Asian men, how many of them got swag? You know what I'm saying? See, these women want somebody with swag, want somebody intelligent. Come on now, the Asian men ain't fitting that profile.
Well, Mercy, when you say swag, you got to understand. First of all, Asian men ain't nothing like black men at all. Now, when you think swag, you're talking about well-dressed, has a lot of money, maybe has a lot of inheritance and this, that, and other. Right now, in Korea, in Korea, hold on 1 second. In Korea, China, and Japan, the Asian men who are trying to compete for marriage, they basically have to prove to the family that they have a large background of wealth and that they have upwardly mobile positions or that they have political power. When you say swag, you're basically saying, do they have game to get black women? And do they have a mouthpiece? Do they have a better mouthpiece? The reality is Asian men have no mouthpiece. Most of them don't speak the English level necessary to talk to black women unless they're Asian Americans. If you're talking about Asian men from Asia, nah, it's not happening, bro. And black women typically aren't going after Asian men, just as Asian men ain't going for them either.
I mean, the whole argument about racism is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
put
ridiculous.
a note down and do a follow-up show with more problems than you know, and do like a professional-oriented podcast because she was dropping some real game on a lot of.
If she has time, more problems than you know. You there? Can you hear me?
Hello, fantastic. I'm right here.
Hey, whenever you have time, if you will, I think there would be a lot of brothers in the chat are saying the same thing. To have a black woman give the perspective of, I guess, the non-typical black woman and her experience professionally, and whatever else you'd care to get into, I think it would be quite interesting. So, I mean, if you're interested, you have time.
I'll be honest with you, fantastic. It will be triggering. So I'm not against you or anything like that. I'm just to kind of give you a heads up because I guess the word for it would be PTSD. Because it really is that bad. But of course, I definitely want to share. I absolutely want to share. I just want to say that I may even get like angry or pissed.
Okay, but like I said, only if you got the time and you want to participate, by all means. Like I said, people will be able to support
Sunday night, if that's okay with like a Sunday night when everybody is a little bit more, finished with their day.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, cool. So just hit me up, email mrfantastic824@gmail, and we can schedule it for whatever what day and time works good for you.
MR Fantastic 824.
Yeah, the same way it is on YouTube. mrfantastic824@gmail. Yeah,
definitely, for sure.
Damn, she got time today though. She
got time. So let me and you don't have to go anywhere, but I was just trying to set that point up. Let me ask that question. You answer, and then Jules, it'll be on you, brother. Appreciate you. So from a dating perspective, so okay, you as a Black woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being that you're in this thing, and I'm pretty sure you're have you noticed the I guess the stereotypical reputation, the attitude of Black women affecting you in the way you're being approached by men, Black, white, and everything else?
No, I don't think so, because Fantastic, I do have a look. I do have a particular look, and what happens is that people are almost at a point shocked, or I should say more interested. And I do get a lot of it. I do get a lot of attention. So I just kind of keep I keep a respectful distance, because I don't know how to approach. I have to be careful. I have to, because I have a lot to lose, and I just want to. And I'm Christian. I do take my faith seriously. So I just kind of don't like to rush things.
Okay.
I don't personally like. I do enjoy dining, but I don't want to meet a man if I'm drinking wine or alcohol. And I do this very rarely for myself. Like I want to, because I do believe that where you first meet really matters for the complete course of your relationship. So where I want to meet a man in a healthy place where there are no vices, and that we kind of, take time. Plus, honestly, I am celibate, and I don't feel the need to rush. I do believe that it's best to take time and have a healthy courtship. And it's important to me where I meet someone.
Do you have a problem with Olive Garden or Cheesecake Factory?
For what? What do you mean?
For dating.
For dining. Would that be a suitable place for dining if you
Cheesecake Factory?
Try to, I guess, a man take you on a date.
Hello?
Maybe she's trying to think of her answer.
I've never actually, I've never eaten at Cheesecake Factory.
Really? Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
I'm sure I'll go there. It's honestly, for a first date, I dine. So if we're just out and about, but I'm just not going to, I don't like to eat with other people. I just don't. That's just
you at the chef's table.
I dine. So, and I can just do it myself. I don't so
you cook?
I do cook, yes, for myself.
Okay.
All right. So let me get just Jules in here, and then we'll move it back around. Appreciate you, Jules. Well, it's on you, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people are pointing to Black women as being unappealing on the dating apps, and that kind of agree with that, because a lot of times when I'll go on those apps, and this is automatically, tattoos, you're out. Piercings, if they're not one on each ear, you're out. But a lot of people don't really think about most of those apps are white targeted in a country that's 65% white. Mm-hmm. The default is going to be white, right? Farmers only does not mean just for a Black farmer is going to have as much up there as a white farmer. It means rural white people. Hinge, Bumble, OkCupid, those mean yuppie, urbane white people. Plenty of Fish, that means ugly, fat, old white people. Ouch. Everybody else who's on those apps, who's non-white, is basically just on a general white targeted app. And so you're just not going to get as many at-bats. And unless that person likes to go. But you go, black targeted or minority targeted. I mean, they got apps for the small hat people, right? Those are where you're going to thrive. But if you want to get, if these women wanted to get from that video, if they wanted to get the guys 6 figures in the suit, driving a C class, maybe an S class Benz, they're not going to be on that app, and they're not going to want to get with that guy, and that guy's going to have a lot of requirements that they're not going to want to meet. I mean, if you went to any grad school, undergrad, top 50, top 100 that had any shit that goes on, that a lot of these women, they either found their guy there, or if they didn't, they were not looking for that guy there. So they who they're targeting. They want Mr. Fantastic, but with a 9mm in his hip and with a couple of felonies. They want a real G. And it's I don't hold anything against them, but that was when, like, undergrad and grad school was when I was like, oh, I'll say this, and then I'll be finished for now. When I was in high school and middle school, I was like, you know what, I prefer to be with black women, but I'll keep my options open, right? When I got to undergrad and grad school, it's like, oh shit, it's not gonna happen here. I'm not gonna find my Claire Huxtable, because they do not want the guys who are here, unless you are. They wanted the captain of the football team, meaning like he was on his way to the NFL, and then he was gonna go and get his med school degree after that. But they didn't want a guy who was like, decent, gonna be a lawyer, unless he was already at that level and then ready to ride up. But they wanted it all out of time. They wanted them to be 22 with the law degree and then just run. And anybody who knows is you graduate undergrad at 22. You get the law degree at 25. You get first 2 years a pain in the ass when you're, doing a junior attorney work. Then you're about 30, you're up for junior partner. And then 30 to 35, you might make partner. And so the timetables, all that shit just didn't make any sense. But these women, they're not bad. They just want everything all at once, and it doesn't happen like that.
They want to wait next to the finish line for the winner. Let's just say
no. They want the finish line to move towards them. There's a big difference. They don't want to run the race. They want the finish line to just start moving towards them, and they don't have to run. They are who they are. There's a big difference between those things.
I am just Joseph. If I may ask you a question, I'm assuming that you are a professional. So, what do you have an aversion of? And not to be in any way rude or antagonistic towards you, but I'm just inquiring. Would you be open to dating a professional woman, or
that's all I date? I don't date like a fry cook at McDonald's. I don't date like a waitress at the Hooters. I mean, I only date professional women. But what I'm saying is that a lot of black women who are in that professional, it's not. I said a lot, not all. They have very different tastes, and only a few of them are raised to have tastes towards me. And I do get, singled out by them, and I do have great encounters with them. But a lot of the ones who are climbers, like they, climbed out of the hood, right? And they made it, they got their, they got the undergrad degree, they got the MSW, or they got like, some other master's degree that's not like top tier, but it gives them a little bit of cachet. They're not looking for me, because they're looking for that guy who they liked when they were younger, that kind of just imprinted on them real early. So I know that those women, they're not into me. I don't have anything against them. I'm not into them. It's fine. But there's very few women who are not that, who are in that the professional sphere. And some of those women can actually be my friends or professional colleagues, and we get along well. I mean, we keep boundaries and everything. I keep boundaries especially. But I know that there's not going to be a relationship that develops from that. Romantic relationship.
Hey, brother, can I add a little bit? Can I add just a little bit?
I have a question to her. When you say professional woman, does professional come before woman? Answer that question.
Who is that directed to?
The young lady that we have on the panel.
When I say professional, I'm reflecting it as a qualifier. As a qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is, and men, I can't speak for all men, but is the woman first or the woman second when it comes to that definition?
Yeah, I understand your question, but my response is that I'm using that word professional as a qualifier for the woman. She is a
I mean,
professional.
should you qualify as a woman first, or a professional, or whatever? I mean,
So
which
are
comes
you
first?
saying that I should say woman that is a professional? Would that be
Yeah,
better?
I mean, I think words matter. That's just my. I think words matter. Are you a woman first, or are you a professional first?
Hmm?
But you know what? I don't think it really matters
No,
because
no,
let's
no,
be
no, no, no,
honest,
no, no. It
gentlemen.
does. Let her answer. Let her answer.
Hold on.
Finish.
She don't answer, but let me say something though. Let me say something. I gotta really say something. It really doesn't matter because we still gotta pay for the first date.
That doesn't matter. That's assumed.
I
Let her
mean,
answer the
no. I
question.
mean, when she's a woman,
All right,
that
so hey, give her time
supersedes
to answer
everything.
it. Hey, we're filibustering. So let her. You ask the question. Give her time
Go ahead.
to
Go ahead.
answer it.
Right, semantics. Yes, semantics is definitely important. And if I'm answering it for myself, I am a woman that just happens to be professional. That's the chosen direction I have made for myself. And it's something that, yes, it is important to me. But if I may add, because I think I have an idea what direction you're going with this question. One thing that I do know is that it is important to me that once I do settle down to take a step back because this is just like career and making money. It's fun, it's awesome, it is a quantifier, but I mean it's not a family. It's not a family, it's not a husband. And career does not bring security. It doesn't bring that strength and that love of a man and having children. It's just money. So I already have an idea of what direction I would take once I were to be married and settled and having children. And something else I do want to say is that, of course, number one, I would want to marry somebody who Bible study is important to them because of humility. And I do want to have a marriage under God. And also, I do recognize within myself that I personally would want to do like Christian women's therapy because I don't want to bring that professional attitude, and that transactional nature into a marriage. Because, like I said, I view marriage much, much differently how I was raised, my own pedigree, than the average American. It's very, very different, which is one of the reasons why I haven't settled down because I do not believe in divorce. It just doesn't exist in my
Now,
world.
I mean, that's a good answer. So you're saying that you're gonna put all the woman part in front of all that.
I mean, it's just like it's capitalism, it's transaction, and I mean, what is it? The money generates what? I buy stuff. Like, I mean, just I love the fact that at work, like I'm creating, like I've already said, like direct solutions. Like I don't do tasks, of course. I'm not early career. I don't work retail or food industry. I know what I do and I love what I do. But again, it's at the end of the day, it's a job. It's career. It's career, but it's not you're being a wife and mother is just on a whole different level. And I do place myself below wife and mothers. I always defer and give grace to wives and mothers. And like for myself, I'm very respectful towards marriage because I truly believe in marriage. And I don't even like the idea of impropriety because I am a single woman. Because and that's the thing, I don't believe in dating. Either you're married or you're single. So like there's no dating, sleeping around. I don't that doesn't
No, I mean,
that's false
no,
reality.
what I was trying to ask, like, hypothetically, would you
Right.
put the wifely duties before your career duties?
Yeah,
Oh,
she said that.
oh, for sure. Like I like that so marriage to me is not even love, it's belief. And how I was raised, the women who raised me the marriage completely bespeaks the love that Jesus has with the church and that God has with Jesus. Like it's not even love. And love, love is a noun and love is a verb. It truly is belief. And I come from a place where if I have a husband and he's telling me 2 + 2 = 5, I'm going to believe him. And that's a lot to literally believe, like believe in your husband as I would in Christ. That is marriage. And marriage to me is under God. So if I'm not a Christian or I'm not under God, then it's just a civil union. It's a civil arrangement. Marriage is under God. So that's why it's really important to me to find someone, through my own agency, somebody who shares my values, because I'm really taking a huge leap of faith. And not just from a material standpoint, because I have a lot of material, how my pedigree, like how I was raised, has allowed me to generate a lot of income, and I've done well, but it's still not marriage. And for me, getting married is literally like putting all of that, at risk to be with someone, to be with a man and truly be under God. And I've actually had this conversation before. I would have to step back because I want, like, for me, it's like inside within me, I want to be with a man. Like I genuinely want to, like but that's again me. I mean, I can't speak for other women. Like I want to serve my husband. I want to be fun and adorable, be with someone who fits my lifestyle. I love to be active, like someone I literally wake up, make breakfast. Like I genuinely like things like that. And I want to do that, look good, like keep the body look good. And then, yes, of course, have his children, but those children do not belong to me. They belong to him. So I just I don't want to go too deep, but my views on marriage are very, very vastly different than like everybody else. And that kind of goes back to my pedigree, which I recognize very privileged, very privileged. And one of the reasons, kind of returning back to what we're talking about, I know this sounds bad. I know it sounds bad, but I'm at a point where I just avoid Black women.
Damn.
I literally I run the other way. And I know that sounds very, very bad, but I have to literally keep my head on swivel. Depending what environment I'm in, but I just can't be out and about because I don't want to hide myself. I don't want to hide myself. I don't want to be depressed because these women are violent. And I'm sorry for getting activated, raising my voice, but that's where it is right now. And younger women is very much different. But I guess it's the Holy Spirit or energy or vibe. But when I feel that feeling within me, when I see a Black woman and it's not positive, and I'm just going on my own feeling, I'm at a point now because of just what just from last year, what I've experienced last year, I just run the other way.
Are you light skinned or dark skinned?
I'm not going to answer that for the
crowd. Oh, well, because hold on. You're saying that you run from Black women and this, that, and the other. So I have to wonder why. Like, are you like light to dark? Are you light skinned or dark skinned?
Fantastic. Can I explain why I'm at a place? Why
I think you're light skinned. I think you're light skinned Black woman.
Truck. You got to turn your mic down. You got like mad. What's it?
No, there's somebody's got interference going back there.
Hold on.
That's somebody else. But the bottom line is, I think you're a light skinned Black woman.
Well, it's like,
hey, bro.
It's cool. They don't.
Respectfully,
bro, can I say something?
Totally
can I say something, bro?
That's not relevant. It has.
It's relevant. It's relevant.
If I'm talking, y'all stop talking. What were you saying? More problems? Go ahead.
Respectfully, fantastic. That's totally irrelevant. Like,
we're not getting to that.
No, it's not.
Like,
it's not. But it's not. She don't want to. She's been cool with everything else, man. So she don't want to disclose it. It don't matter. Let me see.
You know, it's amazing. Men have to disclose everything. Women never have to disclose nothing. That's why Kevin Samuel started out by asking your dress size and how much you weighed and how tall you were and all that stuff. Because, see, other than that, basically you're just, hiding in the clouds. If you're telling me right now that you're hiding from Black women, I have to ask why. Now, if you're telling me, oh, well, I'm just trying to be a good wife and I don't want to drink and shit while I go out to dates and everything, and then you're telling me you hiding from black women, nah, something tells me you're a light-skinned black woman.
Anyway,
I run away from black women. I want to run from black women.
fantastic. I have gone to grocery stores. I have literally been, I'll tell you why I run away. I have literally gone inside just grocery stores. This is not black men. This is black women. And then they go to white men, stalked, harassed, like following me around, physically lunging at me. This happened to me 3 times last year alone, physically lunged at. Imagine someone sees you, this is what I deal with. They stare at you. They just like with their eyes wide open and their mouth dropped. And then you start following you around. They come finally imagine where you are minding your own business and you're literally lunged at. And this is in front, you're being humiliated. And this is in front of everybody.
Well, you're saying black women do this to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on real quick. So got a big announcement.
Fantastic. I've actually sued.
Yeah, oh, damn.
I'm literally suing.
Yeah, well, you kind of answered.
Imagine that.
You kind of answering Big Truck's question, but just hold on real quick.
Boy.
Hey, shout out everybody. Tank just knocked out Frank Martin. Just KO'd him. Like
I
crazy.
called the police. Fantastic.
What round?
Police
I think it was the 7th or the 8th. Let me see. I don't know what round it is. I think it's like the 7th round. Like, bro, I
think my parlay just hit.
He fucking KO'd him, bro. Like crazy.
So it has nothing to do with color.
Yeah, it does. Why did they lunge at you?
Nah, more problems. More problems than you know. Listen, you damn. Yeah, done.
We all learned from the opening of Lean On Me that these black women will get you into a corner in the bathroom and attack your ass if you're light skinned and you got good hair. We all learned that. We know the truth.
I remember that shit.
I've explained.
It's in the very beginning when they're singing "Welcome to the Jungle."
They ripped their shirt off, didn't they?
Yup, they ripped their shirt off, titties were all out, and everything.
I second that.
Mr. Clark, it's Kid Ray.
Because I'm listening to this and I'm like, wait a minute. Something sounds really, really off here.
I'm sure it does to you.
Yeah, no. It's not that it does to me. It's just that it does. I've studied people and I have a couple of degrees up my sleeves. So no, I'm listening to this and it really sounds weird and it sounds off. Okay. And it just sounds off. I'll just say that.
You. Absolutely.
Oh, they lunged at you. Why did they lunge at you? Did you try to jump in front of them on the line, or did they just looked at you and lunged at you? Right? They just looked at you.
That's what happened. As you can tell, that's what I do.
Really?
I purposely try to fight black women in public.
I don't believe that at all.
I'm inside Xfinity, so I can buy a security system, and that's exactly what I do. And also, I think I should also add, these are women who work there. So this isn't just women around. These are women who are.
Maybe you should carry a brick in your purse.
Yeah.
Just stay away from them.
Come on, man. Come on.
The damsel.
Hold on, I gotta get Sanel Noray in here. I appreciate your patience, brother. Go right ahead.
All right, good night, everybody.
Go ahead.
You hear me now?
Nah,
no.
He's like you far away.
You're
from
very
the
low.
Mic.
It sounds like you're very low.
Yeah, it's like you're away from the mic.
I'm gonna go to practice tonight.
What are you on the phone, or if you put your phone? Are you on headphones, or you on your phone?
I can hear you because I have headphones, but people probably can't hear you.
Yeah, if you got on a Bluetooth, take your Bluetooth off.
Is it better now?
That's better.
Yeah,
better.
All right, good. I just came across your live, just browsing around YouTube. I'm all the way in Grenada, so forgive my accent. It's in the Caribbean, by the way, a small island. Just a question to the young lady, because I'm a Christian, and I noticed that the Christians in America seem to be a bit different in their operations. Just to give an example, the women who are Christians usually are virgins, and they don't really date; they court. So they would speak to their father and their mother, and they would bring the guy home, and go out to eat and so on. But just to get to know one another, and if they like what they see and their parents agree, they will go there and get married. So I'm kind of confused as the term celibacy, because in Grenada, a celibate and a virgin is the same thing. So what's with that?
So by the term celibacy, I'm pretty sure it's like abstaining from sex and not having sex. So that's what celibacy is by definition. A virgin is you never ever had sex, but you can have had sex before and still be celibate.
Yeah. Celibacy is like when you pop the wine cork and then you stick it back on so the bubbles don't get out. And a virgin is like when you haven't opened the wine at all.
Yeah. I understand it, but what I'm saying is that that's not really normal for us. A virgin is celibate, but as long as you, as you say, pop the wine cork, you don't treat another guy different. He's gonna take offense, because once you go that road, it's difficult to go back.
That's a good point. That's something Kevin Samuels brought up. He's like, wait a minute, you're giving away the goodies to the first guy, but you're making the second guy wait. That's a very good point, Sonel. Thank you.
Embezzlement.
Yeah. So in America, what happens is the women, right? They lose. They pop the cork and they realize it's a bad decision, and then they try to change and they try to make the next man right wait as if they never popped the cork in the first place. That's what the
Exactly.
woman's trying to do, and it's hilarious. Men have wised up to this.
There's some
They
women.
want the next man to cut the wedding cake.
There's some women who try to act celibate after they've had 2 or 3 kids. Now that one is the wild.
Well, a new car can only be new one time. Even if you can have 100 people that test drive it,
That's
it's
right.
still not a new car. And it's still not. And it's a used car once 1 mile is placed on it. It is a used car, and it's not
It's
treated the
new to
same
whoever's
as
dumb
new
enough to
cars.
buy it.
Right. You can buy used cars or you can buy new cars. So
Yeah.
it's
So
your choice.
Christians in
Mr.
America,
Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic, do you mind if I have the floor? I promise I won't take more than like 3 minutes. Do you mind if I have the floor?
I promise I won't take more than 3 minutes. Okay.
Well, the only reason why I'm saying, actually, Mr. Passport, bro, I mean, business class, you're the reason why I'm here. I'm a big follower of yours. I've been following you for 2 years. You're actually the reason why, you're a big reason why I am where I am right now. I'm in
Oh,
Brazil.
thank
I've
you.
been following, I've been following your channel. I've talked to you once before on International Passport's channel. I'm just talking because I know what these women do. Okay, so what happens is this, right? They end up smutting it up, right? They realize it don't work, and then they try to repackage themselves as new virgins, right? That's what this woman's doing right now. I can tell by her voice that she's an older woman. She's probably over 30. She's trying to pretend like she has not been smutting it out. I know she has. I mean, look, maybe she has not, but it's whatever, right? If you're an older woman, men are gonna assume you've been smutting it out. It's just that simple. Okay. So she's trying to repackage herself as like the new virgin or something like that. That's what these women do when they realize that smutting out has not worked for them, right? I grew up as a nerdy black dude. Okay, I didn't learn the game until much later, until I was in college. So I grew up as the nerdy black guy. I did not have swag or anything like that when I was in high school. I learned the game later when I was in college. What these women do is they give it up to the men that look good. Okay, either the men that look good or the men that have money. When they realize that those men have options and they'll never commit, then they try to repackage the box like it's never been opened. But it's been open this entire time, and the problem is now is that the men have wisened up, right? If you're a man that gets the box easily, you know how these women are. And if you're the man who's never gotten the box, because of the internet, you know that these women have been smutting it out. So what's happened, and I know this because I've seen this in my own family, right? They're mad that men who have not gotten the box, right? They're plan B, as Mr. Passport Bro would say, right? Their plan B. They've wisened up and they don't want to deal with these women. So the generation before, they've been able to pack the box around like it was birthday cake, and then they thought that they could repackage it to some sucker, and the sucker would treat it like it's never been open. But men have wisened up because of the internet. So now that the men have wisened up, they want to pretend like they've never passed the box around. But it's not working anymore because the internet has exposed their treachery, right? She is one of these women. I can tell from her voice that she's an older woman. She's not under 24. I know this for an absolute fact. This woman, what's her name? How old? Your name? How old are you? You're older than 24. Am I right?
She's not going to tell you.
Yeah, she won't tell me, but
Dadu,
I know from her voice that she's older than 24. Okay, so
so
I've actually
Dadu
worked.
and Passport Bros, both of you are 100% correct
Are
with
you older than 24? Yes or no? You're gonna answer the
you
question.
are
You're not gonna answer it. I know you
100%
won't.
correct with
I know you
everything.
won't. Are you older than 24? Yes, answer
You
the
are
question,
absolutely
please.
correct. Your Passport Bro,
Answer
you
the question, please.
Bro. We're not gonna do the fucking what's the name thing, bro. Let her talk.
travels. Great. Have fun. Something
Okay,
more
so
to
here's the. Okay, so I understand. Look, I'm not gonna lie, and I have not been in your situation. I've only found you from Passport Board Business Class. I've not had found your channel, but this is a problem that happens, right? The men simp for them, and they think they can get away with this stuff. Okay, so they don't. They're not allowed to answer questions. They want to answer anything.
First
They
off,
want.
whoa. First off, like you said, you don't know my fucking channel, so don't ever come here talking no simp shit to me. First and foremost. First off, know the fuck you talking to. Now, what we're trying to do here is have a fucking sensible fucking conversation. What you're doing is every time she opens her mouth to say something, you just repeat the same fucking stupid shit and then say somebody else is simping. You're not even giving her a chance to whether you know if she's gonna answer or not because you answer my question. Answer my question. Give her a fucking chance to fucking answer the question. If she don't answer the fucking question, it's not simping or anything. Are you gonna fucking pull a gun out and make her answer it? I hate you niggas that come on this to the internet, nigga. Okay, and y'all talking about cam up, but your ass ain't got no fucking camera on your goddamn self. Okay, so first off, don't ever come to my shit claiming no simp nothing, nigga. All right, because I am that nigga. All right. First off, now if you want to give her a fucking chance, more problems than you know. Are you older than 24? Do you want to answer the question or not?
Oh, I'm not getting involved in that Kevin Samuels Passport Bro stuff. Fantastic. I'm not getting into that.
Okay, cool. I mean, what the fuck y'all gonna make her fucking answer the shit? God damn, I hate y'all coming up with this stupid ass bullshit, bro. We're like, damn, it's a girl in the room, and now we just all go, oh, simp, and oh, make her do this and make her do that. You can't make her do shit. God damn, you already say you don't know what she look like, so you don't give a fuck anyway. Who's next, man? Hold up, JD Reese, go ahead. It's on you, fam. Somebody got mad feet, bro.
Yeah. Ma'am, more than you know, can I ask you something? Do you have siblings?
I don't, what does that have? I'm sorry. What does that have to do with anything?
No, I'm just curious. I'm just like, do they? I'm just curious as to how involved are you with them, and do you tell them about your experience with black women, or do they tell you anything about the interactions they've ever had?
I don't get involved in that matter with them. So I kind of answered your question. Yes, and I don't get involved in that discussion with them.
Got you. Okay. Okay. So can I ask you this? Do you have many black female friends?
I don't do friends.
Got you. Antisocial.
No, I'm very social. I don't do friends.
Understood. Understood.
I don't even that word is used too easily. Like I don't do friends. I don't do things like that.
That's actually a good point that you touched on right there. The word used too easily. I say, especially amongst females. And so, I mean, what was the case? Fantastic. The Shanquella Robinson. Remember what happened on that with the Cabo?
Yeah.
Her friends. They went out. They went on vacation with their friends, and then ended up like what? She getting killed by the tranny supposedly or
Yeah,
whatever.
woman. They claim they did everything to say there was anything other than two black women that did it. Two women. Well, I don't know, but I know one of them was black for sure. And I forget who the other one was, but one of them that was definitely in the what's the name of the one that allegedly gave the kill shot, so to
Yeah.
speak, definitely a black woman. And they did any and everything to say that was a T person and all these other things, la la la. You know what I'm saying? But again, yeah, that's the perfect example.
In the same situation in Chicago with the black girl being locked inside the refrigerator or the freezer or whatever.
Yeah, I remember you talking about her name. But yeah, I forget her name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's all I got for now.
Yeah, cool. So listen, man. From the dating aspect of it, listen. A black woman came up here and she told you and pretty much confirmed, regardless of all the stuff you guys are talking about, forget all of her personal stuff. It's really irrelevant to the point of the thing y'all was saying she was off topic, but she wasn't because it gave credence to everything that I covered. Okay. Again, y'all got to get out of this habit, bro. Again, caught up in, it's a girl, or whatever the fuck, right? But I've been over there. I'm not gonna beat that horse. She confirmed the fact of again that black women are the issue and the cause as to why other races of men, people in general, do not want to deal with them, socially a lot. All right. And especially from a romantic standpoint. So you have a group of women that are extremely, extremely high-minded. Priorities are set in very, very, I would say, elementary and materialistic ways. You know what I'm saying, of choosing men, right? The black brother told you on the thing on the TMZ, what's the name, that even his success with getting with black women, they were still he was told that he did not fit the archetype that they were looking for because he was not hood enough, because he was not nigga enough. Okay. So put aside all of her personal shit and all these other things and so on and so forth, right? The fucking gem of it all is that black women even do this shit to themselves as to where black women know how other black women are. And shout out to JD Rich, right? For bringing up that important aspect of it. Again, the Shanquilla Robinson tragedy, RIP to her. And you know what's crazy? Nobody even talks about that again. Y'all, you know what's so crazy, JD? I have not heard anybody talk about the Shanquilla Robinson thing. I would say probably 60 days past it happening.
Wasn't the case
Yeah,
closed?
man.
But you know what?
Closed,
Fantastic.
right? Wasn't the case closed?
Yeah, it was called because it's
No.
international. Remember, they couldn't make them do
Hey,
anything.
but them girls got their ass beat at
I
that
mean,
club though when they tried to go out like shit was sweet.
There's no use talking.
yo. I mean, how did she? I mean, the woman on the panel. How she get through that? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of black women that can't get through that. Let's just ask her. How did she get through that?
Get through what? What do you mean?
I mean,
She
get to
stays
the
away from them.
understanding.
That's how.
Yeah, she told you she's staying away from him and she filed lawsuits and all that shit, bro. So I
Okay.
mean,
All right.
she's literally like changed her career path because of, like she said, I guess um whatever it is that triggers black women around her. And like I said, Big Truck did shout out to him. He brought up exactly even though more problems than you don't want to disclose this. Everything that you're describing, right, attributes to you having a certain, like you said, you have a certain look. And I think that was your tell of letting us know, because we know light-skinned black women are considered black women. Okay, not saying that you are one of them, but as a light-skinned woman connoisseur, okay, I hate light-skinned guilt, man. I hate that shit. I really do. I did a show on that shit long time ago. Light-skinned women will play along with the colorism shit when they know black women hate the fuck out of them. Okay, like, again, when it comes to like second-class citizens, bro, the people right between, we say, like, it's what, like, the top of it goes black women, gay men, gay women, and then black men. I forget. You really got to put motherfucking light-skinned women under the gay women. So it's black women, gay men, gay women, light-skinned women, then straight black men. We all the same.
And see,
Absolutely.
that's my
I
point, Mr.
mean,
And
Fantastic.
white feminists.
I
I mean
mean,
that's my
body
point,
wise.
Mr. Fantastic. We're treated the worst. The single, the black man that's heterosexual is treated the worst on, as far as the media is concerned. And I think that's a part of the problem that we're not really discussing, is the fact that how the heterosexual black man's image is being crucified constantly in the media. So we could talk about individual cases all day, but I'm talking about what's been promoted publicly, how our image has been ruined publicly. I mean, publicly. And so all I'm
But I
saying is,
mean,
Well,
hey, hold up. Is the beautiful, thick black woman that's light skinned, are they treated better?
Yes,
You know what you're saying?
of
Obviously.
course they are. Yes.
well, let me say this, man. Shout out to Earthling, man. Listen, I remember I did this too. Remember that, bro? They tore a girl's, they beat a girl so bad, bro, because she, the fine ass light skinned chick. I forget what her name was. I did a live on that too, bruh. And everybody remember DJ Envy's wife, right? DJ Envy's wife got cut open, face got cut open, man, simply because she's a red bone, fair skinned female, man. That's always been a thing with black women, bro. Again,
They took them razors out their mouths.
Yeah, remember the Proud Family, the Proud Family. Remember that, right? The Blue Girls,
yeah,
right? That was a depiction of what happens.
The
But this is
Gross sisters.
yeah. Shout out to the dude for that. Listen, man. The blue girls were the fucking Sharkeishas. Exactly. And then, like you said, it's the blue man. Shout out to Chronicles, right? But listen, man. All in all, bro. Black women, y'all answered all the questions. Shout out to more problems than you know coming up and confirming this shit. But the fact of the matter that you guys even made this crazy ass accusation, when clearly anybody that has ever used a date now understands and knows you can literally and purposely filter out certain types of women, right? Again, like I say, on some of the apps they have like curvy, right? Fit, athletic, all these different things, and so on and so forth. And like I said, with Hinge, I guess they have a deal breakers app. And for the most part, I'm telling you, that's what's the deal breakers is like, I don't want to see this. I do not want to see this type of person. If she got kids, I don't want her. If she's, too curvy, I don't want her. If she's if race, I don't know if race is a part of the deal breakers, but it will make sense for it to be, right? If she's of a certain ethnicity, I don't want to see it. And like you said, the most important thing you got to think here when you guys make these claims, bro, this is a business.
Yep.
Okay. This is a
Fantastic.
business. My real quick, you got it. This is a
Yeah.
business. So they're trying to sell these fucking subscriptions, and the only way you're gonna get subscriptions is people have fucking, actual success. People get matches. People get, especially the dudes more so than the women. Women really got to pay for that shit, man. Because the people out there on the hunt are the men, not the women. But go ahead, whoever that was, and then it's on to the dude.
Curry
No,
just
I
means fat.
mean fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, yeah. I mean, I fuck with you 100, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen you through the streams, shit like that. Damn, like you in the ivory tower, bro. Yeah,
How you figure?
you a tall nigga. You got, I mean, listen, judging, I mean, you got new YouTube on, YouTube
Hey
on
man, I'm
blast.
a regular nigga trying to
Nah,
get like
nah,
everybody else.
don't do that. Don't do that. Like,
No,
nah, hell nah, my
hey,
nigga.
I am a regular. I am the ugliest, no pussy getting this nigga on
Nah, you
YouTube.
ain't
Man, come
regular, bro.
on,
You ain't
man.
regular,
Hey,
bro.
what did
Stop
I,
playing.
what
You
did
ain't
I say
regular,
on
my
Paid
I'm
in
not
nigga.
doing
Full?
this
I
again.
see you
Nah, you
shining,
ain't.
nigga.
Yo, I see
Stop playing with me, bro.
But
shine,
dude,
nigga.
but hey,
Nah,
shout out
no,
to
no,
Fantastic.
I'm
No,
just
brother.
no,
saying.
no, no, fantastic.
No,
What it
no,
basically
no,
saying is when the
no. The
women
shit.
click that I
Can I
want
have
a
the
man
floor?
over 6 feet tall, we're
Can I
still
have the
there,
floor?
and the rest of these guys aren't.
Can I have the floor? God damn.
Hey,
Nah, I mean, I mean, you represent the type of nigga that a lot of these whole, I mean, not three or fours, but you represent what they want. I
Hey
mean,
man, not
I
according to
mean,
YouTube, but I appreciate you, brother. I
no,
see
no,
what you're
no, no,
saying.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about like your DMs is probably on fleek. You know what I'm saying? It's
Maybe.
probably on fleek. You gotta turn away all this shit. You know what I'm saying? You get super chats and all this
No,
shit.
hey man, I don't know what you're talking about. But hey,
But
let me
I
get
mean,
the
but
dude in here, bro. I
you
appreciate you.
talking to us
Like, let me
niggas,
let me
man.
let me get the dude in here, man. Go ahead, the dude. It's on you, brother.
Yeah, I
All right.
appreciate it, man. Yo, so look, I can tell by looking at you, you and I are in the same age range. All right, we're in the same age range, and I know. Look, if you didn't get it like that in elementary or in high school, you got it like that now, right? What happens is you learn what the women like, and then you conform. That's what men naturally do because they want to get women. Okay, I was one of these people, right? So what happens is once you learn the game, right, you look at women like they ain't nothing because once you get a lot of them, it's no big deal. See, a lot of these women, what happens is they all
The
chase
Mike
after the,
Jones complex.
yeah, they all chase after the same men, and they can't get these men to keep them. It isn't until they get older that they start to change. I've known this because it happens in my own family. I have a lot of sisters, and they all did the exact same thing until they hit 30, 35, and then they want to try to get another man to wipe them down. Now, the reason why they're mad is because men as a whole waking up, right? Men like you, and I know you're like me. Look, later we can DM, all right? You know what I'm saying? We can see. I know you're saying I'm not caming up right now. Dude, I'm in the tech field, bro. I make good money. I'm not gonna cam right now. Obviously, if I do that, it might be an issue. But if you want to DM later, we can do that, right? So what happens is they look and they see people like us, and they try to get us to commit. But the thing was, at least for you, I'm not sure. You may have been that dude in high school, but I was not. I wasn't that dude until college. So what happens is they try to get us to commit to them. But we think about, okay, well, while I was in high school, I didn't have it like that. Y'all didn't like me like that. So once I have it, I have all these women chasing after me. Why would I commit? So a lot of these women, right? They they realize that they can't get the men that they want to commit. So they'll either get the beta or whatever. They'll get their quote unquote plan B. The problem is the plan B has wisened up. See, the generation before, right? What I call the stepdaddy generation, they used to commit to these women. They used to commit to the women with their baby mamas, etc. But the internet has exposed these women's plan. And so the plan B is either the men who can get women like you and the men who can't get women, they're all in the same operation. This is what I'll explain to my sister who just turned 40. So she's looking at the men that she quote unquote looks at her plan B, which should have been the men she's been going after when she was in her 20s. She looks at those men like, well, I give the men a chance now, and they still play me. That's because they know what you've been doing. If you're 40 and you're single, look, your age alone tells me. You don't have to tell me anything else. If you're above 30 and you're single, I know you've been 304. And the men who don't get women, they know that too. They just won't tell you because they haven't been getting women like that. If you get women, you can just tell them straight up, look, I don't commit, I do this, I do that. You can do it because you have a lot of women. But if you don't have a lot of women, like let's say you're 5 or below, let's say you're not above 6 feet. Like I'm 6'2", right? I look at you, Mr. Fantastic. I feel like you're a tall dude, right? But if you're not, if you're like 5'8", 5'7", you're not gonna tell these women the truth because they might not give you the box. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna play you, right? The men who are like
Yes, you
5'8".
can.
Say it again. Who said that?
Yes, you can. Like that's like an insecurity that you
No, no. So
projecting. Like
wait. Let
it's
me be
it's
clear.
dudes out there who are short, like scattering ass. I'm just saying, like
Okay, we're not.
I
We're not.
understand where you're coming from,
We're not talking about the
but
abnormalities, right? I know women. I know men can get that. I know my brother is 5'8". He gets women like crazy, but he is the exception. He's not the rule. The rule is if you're 5'8" and you don't got the talk game, you don't have the charisma, you don't have the looks, you're not gonna get women like that. I know plenty of women who are 5'8" that get women. I'm not trying to say if you're 5'8" you don't get women. Obviously, we all know a guy who's 5'8" that gets plenty of females. But my whole point is that's the exception. That's not the rule. So the thing is, they deal with these women, they deal with these men when they're in their 30s, 35 plus, etc. And they act like the men don't know what's going on. The men know that you've been 3 or 4 in your 20s. They're just not going to tell you that because they don't have options like that. So they're going to play you like everyone else does. Now, if you took those men seriously in your 20s, they would take you seriously. But the problem is you didn't. And the men, right, the internet has exposed everything. They exposed your strategy. They exposed the dual mating strategy. So the men, right, that you should have taken seriously in your 20s, they know the game now. The stepdaddy generation is
the
over.
dude, the dude.
I don't think men
Wouldn't
really
you
care, man. I
wouldn't you
don't think
agree
men
that
really
they're
care.
angrier? Wouldn't you agree that they're angrier that the guys that they look at as backups know their game now? Wouldn't you say
Yes,
that they're twice as angry because of that? It
they're
shocks the hell out of them.
they're
Exactly.
extremely angry.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. It messes them up because they think that those men
That's
are
the
beneath.
funniest thing to me. That is hilarious to me.
Yeah, they think those men are beneath them. They think those men are beneath them. I mean, I have my reunion coming up, my high school reunion. These women who quote unquote look at me like I was nothing, they see me now. I'm doing really well for myself. I'm doing really well. And they're mad because I don't look at them the same way as I did when I was in high school. If they took me seriously in high school, I probably would have wiped one of these girls. But now I'm up and they're down. Why would I do that? So a lot of men, if you're that dude, even if you're not that dude, you know where you are, so you're not gonna play to these women's strategy. If you're like a quote unquote incel, right, and you're starting to get women now in their 30s, you know that the woman's looking at you as your second, third, fourth, fifth choice. Why would you take her seriously? Why would you marry her when you're a fifth choice? Why would you do that? So the men all know where they stand. Whether you're that dude or you're not that dude, you know where you stand with these women. and so they're playing accordingly. And the reason why the women are mad is because they can't play the second fiddle like they used to be able to, like the parents be able to. And I know this because I've seen with
But
my
that's the
own.
best thing they could have done is putting their shit on the internet. That's the best thing they could have done.
Yeah, for the men, but not for them, right? For the men, yeah, it's great for us because
Oh
we know what.
well.
Well, I get the whole wealth. I'm just explaining the situation because the one female, and like I said, Mr. Fantastic, I have not been in your stream. I'm not trying to call you whatever. I'm just saying this is what women do. They try
No,
to
it's cool, bro. It's cool, bro. It's just two men having a little misunderstanding, brother. You one of the big ass black guy coalition, brother. Ain't no smoke, man. Ain't no problem. It is
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
My
it is.
apologies. I saw you from Mr. From Pastor Big Truck, right? He
Yeah,
changed
Chuck,
his name to
yeah,
Mr.
man.
Pastor
Yeah,
Truck, right?
me and Chuck
He's
go
from an
way
older.
back, man.
Yeah, he's an older generation, so he doesn't understand how different the game will work now, right? The way the game works when you're a young dude like us, looks matters the most. Looks and clout. That's what matters the most. All right. So when I learned what looks matter, I started getting myself in the gym. I got myself looking real good. All right. Go to the gym, got myself a 6-pack, whatever. Right. I'm close in. I don't know where you're at, but all my whole point is I got my 6-pack, and you can still in college. You can still go to college parties as long as you look the part, especially if you black. They're gonna still mess with you, right? So what happens is the men that they don't look that way, that they're balding, they're receding, they got a beer gut, they start hating on you because they can't do what you do. But black men, if you take care of yourself, we all know black don't crack. If you take care of yourself, you can still be best with these young girls until your mid to late 30s. You can still be best with these young girls. So
But
Fantastic.
see,
Actually,
my
older. You could
question to
be
you,
older
bro.
than that and mess with them, bro. If you really take care of yourself, you can be older than that and still mess with them.
Yeah.
But my question
Hold on,
to
just
you,
real quick.
bro, is: Are you
Let me get.
marrying these women?
Hold on, bro. Mercy. Nah, bro. Ain't nobody trying to get married right now. I'll go ahead and answer that for you right now.
Just to share, it's very obvious that, I mean, I know you may get upset at me for saying
Yeah.
this, but it's very obvious that that dude in Passport Bros business class, they're both below 6 feet.
I'm
You know,
6'6". I mean, that shows you don't know what you're talking about. I'm 6'6".
yeah, nah.
6'6"
Hold
and
on.
I'm 6'2". That's how I know you can't.
More problems than you know. More problems than you know. Passport Bros is like on some of the blind side shit. So no, he's definitely that nigga taller than me. Nah, and I'm 6'5". So nah, baby, ain't no height fishing
Oh,
going
you
on
tall,
over here,
you
bro.
tall, bro. Okay, I thought I was
Yeah.
tall. I'm 6'2.5", but you
Oh
tall.
my God.
Hey,
Let's see. Okay, so we got Maisha in the
Hi,
building.
Mr.
Maisha, what's up?
Fantastic. Hi, Truck. Hi, y'all.
Oh, Maisha, long time
Hey,
no see.
Maisha. Hey. You watched
What's
that
up?
monkey today?
I'm the short dude on the cast. I'm the short dude on the cast, man. Who's shorter than me, man? I'm 6'2.5". Shorter
I'm shorter. I'm 5'9", 5'10", depending on the shoes I got on, and never have no problem with the ladies.
Indeed, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, because I think Maisha froze up. So go ahead, Noble M. It's on you. Go ahead.
No, I was just, great topic. Great conversation that needs to be had. I'm 44, be 45 this year, and I refuse to date women my age. I'm stuck in the 20s. I I just realized a couple of years ago that I've been in a lot of relationships, but they all have been in their 20s. I think my last relationship, she just turned 30 right now. So yeah, I just you know do I have options for 30-year-olds? Yeah, they approach me, but dang, they're younger than me, but they still look too old.
It doesn't make sense to date a woman your age. It doesn't make sense. You can't give you children.
It,
So
it exactly, and I want more kids too, bro.
my plan was always to leave with my looks until my looks fade, and then to leave with my money afterwards. That was always my plan. My dad married my mom. He was
Yo,
25.
that's a terrible damn plan, bro. That is a terrible damn plan.
It worked for my dad.
I never leave with the
Who
money.
was the, who was your dad? Tyson Beckford?
No, leave with the looks first, and then when you get old, leave with the money. That's what
Yeah,
happens. Leave with the looks first.
Nigga, that's a terrible plan. That's you never lead with your looks first. You'll just be you don't do that. I mean, you
How
want to
old?
look your best, but you
How
don't
old are you?
lead with your looks.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'll be
Make a noise.
20, I'll be 26 this year, sir.
Let me get the
I'll
bell
be
in here.
26 this year.
The bell, it's on you, fam. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, champ?
You got it.
Hey, man. Hey, what question you guys failed to ask her was how does she stay nigga free? Now she says she avoids black women, and this is what y'all begging for. you're begging for problems.
How so?
I don't understand. Explain.
Well, I
Hey,
mean,
that's self-segregation. She chose her path. I don't judge her for it.
no. She said she stays away from them because they're problematic, but y'all complaining about them
And they'll probably cut her ass because of her
you
skin
want
color.
No,
Mm.
go ahead, DeBell. Go ahead.
No, you see what I'm saying? Because it does all the qualifiers that you're coming up with. Man, this dude's all shapes, sizes, colors. They got bitches, and the thing is, it's
I agree.
it's like
The
10 to,
dude is
it's
the
like
one.
hold on, brother. It's like 10 to 10 right here on the West Coast. I just got done watching the fight. Just got out the shower. I'm finna get dressed and go get in the bitch's face. And y'all on the internet complaining about bitches.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't get what you're saying, man. Can you elaborate?
I'm not complaining.
Who's complaining?
No, but the topic was Fantastic's topic was about black women complaining that dating sites are discriminatory. We're not complaining about bitches.
And this is the thing.
We're so
You
far.
might hold on.
We're so far away from the topic. What do you have to say about the topic itself? Since you don't like to hear us complaining about bitches, what do you have to say about the topic?
Thank you, brother.
Change your filter.
Okay, fair enough. That's exactly what I said. Okay,
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter
mean,
because nobody wants them.
I mean, you gotta sometimes you gotta have solutions for your problems. You know what I'm saying? Come up with more solutions than you got problems.
But the black women are complaining that the black men have set their filters to avoid them. That the white men have set their filters. The black women
why would you care about that?
That's the topic.
Why would you care about it?
We gotta go one at a time.
Why wouldn't they make up a solution? Why wouldn't they find a solution?
That's the topic.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, we're talking about them, brother.
Yeah, that's their job.
When have you known a black woman to find a solution? When have you known a black woman to find a solution to any damn thing?
I'm not saying them. I'm talking about
she
men.
takes a drive with the window open.
Say what?
JD,
continue.
Black women don't find solutions to their problems, brother. You don't know that?
Well,
yeah, they just
let it. What their problem?
When they want to look good, they do.
Their problem. Why is their problem and your problem?
Because they're complaining about it.
So what they're complaining about bothers you?
No, it doesn't.
Let me hear real quick.
Fantastic topic.
Yeah, hold on. Let me no. So listen, DeBell, it's not a problem that it being a problem. It's the thing that again is something that they're saying, and it goes directly against the white men desire them more. They have better relationships with white men.
That's what they think. That's what they say.
Billionaires.
We agree.
So it's not.
But in reality, that's not true.
Yeah,
we agree with you.
We agree, and all I'm doing is using this. All I'm doing is using this as more proof of the bullshit and their delusion. We all know this, bro. Again, we know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying fuck what they complain about. Let them live in their delusion.
Yeah, but
the thing is about a man, you don't question yourself or feel insecure about your size, your weight, your height, and all that shit. You keep being a man.
We agree with you.
But DeBell, it's not a thing about them not wanting us or whatever.
No, I was just responding to some of the conversation that was that was happening earlier. But as far as the topic itself, I mean, as far as the dating apps and shit like that, I mean, hey man, they're gonna try to do whatever they're gonna do to get a man out of desperation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I say all the time: a hostage can't make demands.
No, you mean a hostage taker?
Yeah, look, beggars can't be choosers, and this is what I'm going to say right now, right? Every man who's made money legitimately, made good money legitimately knows this, okay? Black women only respect the pookies and the ravers. What I mean by that is I mean that if you make money honestly, they disrespect you. I've had women
it ain't even about money. I mean, really, like when you talk about money and relationships and women, now you got to talk about. I mean, there's a I don't want a bitch to see me for money or for what I got and all that old type of shit.
I
You
get
know what I'm
that,
saying?
man. I get that, but look,
I mean,
I get that.
because when you get into that, you start getting into tricking and the bitch is a hoe and you don't
Look,
know
I'm
if
not.
she likes you for you or likes you
I'm
for
talking
what
about
you
young
want.
man. I'm talking about young man's game, man. Like I feel like a lot of y'all men are older, right? Like if you miss if you're Mr. Fantastic age or my age, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? If you are a young man and you look the part, you can get any woman. It's easy. It's very easy. Okay,
Man, that's bullshit.
Mr. Passport, Mr. Fantastic, am I lying or no? Am I lying or no?
About what?
If you look the part as a black man and you in your 20s, you get any.
What's the
You get
part?
any
What
girl.
is the part though?
You
What
can
is
get
the
them to
part?
look at you. You can get them to look at you, man. You're
What is
not
that
getting
part
them.
you're talking about?
Well, hold on. Let
You
me say
6
this.
foot plus,
Hold
you
on.
got abs in shape.
Let me say this. Let me say this. So again, y'all can't just totally like look, bro. Again, there's a lot of it's literally science to this shit. I know the little fella federation niggas is gonna be like height don't matter, nigga. That's a lie. But science says that's a lie. Okay, I don't give a fuck what you say, what your opinion is, and so on and so forth. Height is a fucking natural, subconscious, fucking attractive marker for women.
Facts.
Okay, now,
Facts.
hold on, I got it. Hold on, I
Thank
got it.
you.
Hold on, I got it. Wait. Now, at the same time, because height is very rare, niggas over 6'2" is like less than 5% of the population globally. I think in America, it might be like 7%. So
15% off 6 foot above. You're right.
so by the numbers, we know for a fact taller niggas can't get all the pussy. It's literally impossible numbers wise. But being that it's again, rarity is makes shit more attractive, right? The more rare
Yep.
something is, the more valuable it is. So the taller a dude is, and then you have like 6'4", I'll say 6'3" to 6'6" is like that magical fucking height. It's like tall, but not like fucking, like weirdo tall. Not weirdo tall, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfucking, some just grossly what's the name shit, right? Niggas that's like 6'7", 6'8", that's like, everybody like, oh shit. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't like, but that's just whatever. But that 6'3" to fucking 6'6" range, bro, that's like where you're comfortably tall for most people. You're more than tall to like 98% of people, and then you're not too tall for like you're freakishly on some NBA player shit. And if you're not in the NBA, you're a fucking failure, right? So the height plays a part, bro. All right, height plays a part, but at the same time, your musculature, your personality, it's a lot of fucking things. It's not height is not the only thing, but height definitely does matter. So we can't by the science, okay, say that height don't fucking matter when again, from a historical, biological, and everything, sociological, everything else. Even when you look at they say I think it's a study that said a lot of CEOs. I don't want to say a majority.
Yeah, 90%.
They're 6 feet. Yeah, they're 6 feet and taller, bro. So again, height matters. Not shitting on the little fella federation. Y'all niggas, short niggas. Let me say this for the record: short niggas get more pussy than the tall niggas because they're more short niggas. Okay, it's enough pussy to go around, nigga. It's enough.
Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic.
Facts.
Mr. Fantastic. Let me say something real quick, man. Listen, the topic of today is the women getting rejected, and they're trying to figure out. Well, they're not trying to figure. They just complaining that it's because they're black women that they're getting rejected. That was this is about. This is not about black men meeting their standards. This is about them getting rejected on dating apps. And now they all mad about it and pissed off about it. Why the white men don't want them? Why the Asian men don't want them? Why the black men don't want them? And she really complaining about why she can't get the high caliber black men. She's mad about it.
Bro, Mercy, they're not complaining that it's because they're black women, because that would put the onus on them. They're complaining that the apps are racist.
Yeah, well,
right. Racist against their race. Right, exactly. That's discrimination. That's what it is.
All I'm saying is they never put the onus on themselves. They never take responsibility for anything.
Course. We already know that, brother.
I'm just altering your premise a little.
Hey, fantastic. How are they trying to manipulate the dating apps?
They're trying to say that they're white. That's what happened. But let me be clear about this, right? Look,
okay,
this is the one thing I don't agree.
So they catfishing.
Well, this is the one thing I don't agree about Mr. Pastor Bro about is that look, women have no agency. All right, The men are the one who control the women. So we failed because we have not controlled the black woman. I'm just being honest right there. Right? Controlling women, like saying, oh, women should take onus is like saying children should take onus. Right? We failed. We need to control our women. We have not done that. And unfortunately, we live in a society where we can't do that. This is why I think Islam will win, because a lot more men are converting to Islam. And in Islam, that's the only place where you can actually control the females. If you're not Islamic, you cannot control your women. It's just that simple. This is what I believe will happen to me. Like right now, I'm pooking right now, I'll be honest. Okay? I know what I'm doing. But when I'm done pooking it up, I'm going to convert to Islam and get myself a wife. Because that's the only place where I actually have autonomy over my female, over my woman.
Dude, I agree with you. I want to just point your attention. You remember in that third Batman movie, remember how Bane told Batman, he said, yeah, peace has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you. Yeah, well, that's where men in America are right now. We've created a society that's so peaceful and so comfortable, and we've given women full rights of ownership, blah, 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 and now it's come back to bite us in the ass. I do agree with you.
But dude, you can't control women who openly chose to choose the white man.
Hold on. Islam keeps their foot on women's necks, and Islam ain't got to worry about women doing anything that they don't say that they can do. America's different in that America gives everybody individual rights and individual liberty.
But it's not just America, because if you're Islamic
well,
in America,
the West. Okay, America and the West. Canada.
Let me be clear. If you're Islamic in America, you put your foot on woman's neck. So it's not just America. If you're Islamic, you can control the females. But
you got to remember, the reason why they can do that is because if she steps out of line, he can send her back to her home country and she'll get mercy killed over there.
It's not just that. Look, if you look at
send her up.
If you look at Sweden, right, when the women try to go uppity, right, the Islamic women, right, what happens is the men will use force, right? Yep. Here we don't use force. We complain, we complain, we bitch, we moan. That's what happens. And complaining, bitching, and moaning ain't gonna do shit. So the problem is, right, the white men allowed women rights, and we are not willing to use force to counteract that. It's that simple. So if you're
a man, to believe in that faith, though, brother. She has to also be a believer.
You're not willing to die on it. You're not willing to stand on it. You're not willing to die on it. And they know this, right? That's the reason why black women are more masculine than black men. Black women will step up to black men. They'll curse them out. They'll use fighting words. Why? Because they know you won't do anything. If you're a black man, you're reluctant to use fighting words because you know if you do use fighting words, you have to stand on that. Black women will use fighting words. They'll say, "Oh, I'll fight you," this or that, because they know you won't do anything. All right. So that's the issue.
Hold on. I disagree there. The black woman is protected, brother. They're protected.
Protected by what?
You don't know history. You know what your problem is, nigga. You don't understand.
Wait, nigga, you
don't understand history, brother. You don't understand history, and you don't know the laws. No, hold on. Let me share something with you.
The system is their friend.
The reason why they're comfortable because they know that they're protected by the simping forces. They know if they get in your face and you do anything, there'll be a bunch of dumbass niggas on that train or on that bus to jump up to protect her, despite the fact she's the aggressor. That the simping forces are the fucking problem.
Yo, thank you. Exactly. Look, you're saying the whole law thing.
But what do they need to be protected? What do they need to be protected from?
Let me finish. Right.
Consequences to their actions. That's what.
Real quick, laws are only wishes unless there's someone to enforce it. So look, for example, South Park tried to make fun of Islam. Guess what happened? They bombed the fucking their center and stuff because they try to make fun of Islam. Okay, so make fun of Christianity all they want because Christians don't do anything. If you make fun of Islam, right, there's gonna be hell to pay. The problem is that black men are not willing to stand on anything, and so this is why.
Hold on, bro. Do you know somebody named Kimberly Crenshaw? Let me see if you understand history. She actually got laws passed to protect women. See, this is what you don't understand, man. You get out there and try to fight a woman, see if the police and the FBI ain't out there to whip your ass. It ain't just the simps. They got actual law enforcement to protect them, brother.
Those are simp enforcers.
This is what I'm talking about.
Hey, but
I mean, about laws. Hold on.
Why y'all want to fight? Why y'all want to fight bitches though? I mean,
you don't need to fight. You don't need to fight.
Nigga, I'm not trying to fight.
I'm just saying. I mean, all this they need to be protected. Protected from what?
But you're not understanding. Real quick, you're not understanding. The thing is,
I mean,
this, right?
are y'all having this much confrontation with women out here? I mean, y'all arguing and shit in public, and what y'all doing?
No, but this brother talking about controlling them.
Issues and shit.
Talking about.
Why does Islam have no problem with this? Why does Islam in any country have a problem?
Y'all need to learn how to walk away from arguments.
Yeah, but listen,
You know, are you
listen,
gonna
man.
fuck around and be in jail?
Yeah, man. Listen, it's no need to have no Islam talks here because you're never gonna have that culture here. Okay, it's never gonna happen. So that's the only reason.
Look, here's one thing I promise you. I promise you in 20, 30 years, Islam will be the dominant culture. I promise you that. I promise you.
Where?
In America.
Yeah,
in America.
We can bet money on that. That's not gonna happen.
Let's do it.
Hey man, yeah, man. Hey man, you got to learn how to move, keep it moving, man. I mean, if a bitch don't like you, she ain't feeling what you're saying, man. Keep it moving. It's another one. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And don't be asking all those stupid ass questions.
For those who have children, the future is for those who have children. If you don't have children, the future don't belong to you.
Man, that's a lot of steps before you get to that.
Oh, fantastic! If I may share, respectfully, over the past 1,000 years, it's basically been seen and proven Islam has failed. It has
really. That's why there's so many Islamic states, right?
Go ahead.
There's 2 billion Islamic people,
and their Islamic states. Where are all of their citizens moving to? You just mentioned.
No. All of their citizens aren't moving. Most of their citizens are stuck in their countries. The ones who do move here are the ones who are threatening the Jews on the train right now to say, if you stand up in your Zionist, I'll fuck you up on the train. No, those people expand their culture. If you're not having children and they are, that means that they will outnumber you in the future. It's simple mathematics.
Okay, fantastic. If I may say, interrupt without being interrupted, we can just go back even recent history, the past 100 years. The Ottoman Empire failed, completely failed. And if we look at what has occurred between, let's say, 1913 until now, even though these Western countries have not completely replaced their population, Islam has, of course, grown, but these societies, these governments just don't do anything. And what we do see consistently is just war. And who is going to these countries to keep peace or some relative stability? It's always the Western countries.
No,
that's a bunch of bullshit. Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and Iran.
Let her finish, passport, bro. Let her finish.
Yeah, she's interjecting.
Let her finish.
Hold on. My only thing is it's a false premise. She's interjecting bullshit.
Hold on.
If you look at Northern Europe,
so hold on.
Northern Europe,
I got it.
Denmark,
yeah, wait.
Finland, Sweden. If you look at the United States, if you look at Australia, the Northern and Western European countries and the remaining, Canada, Australia, United States, have massive, large import of Muslims from Islamic countries.
Yeah, cool.
It's called the Trojan horse.
Yeah, so Truck. Now lay your premise as to why you think. Well, you didn't make that assumption, but you'd agree with it.
Yeah, I did. But go ahead, Truck.
That's what I'm saying. But you agree.
It's very simple. They have a culture. They enforce their culture. They have power. Black men in America don't. They're having children. They're forcing their women to have children. Our women here are aborting children and playing this bullshit about being celibate after they had sex. That's what our women here are doing. Our women here are not having children, or they're aborting the ones that they should be having. If you don't have at least 3 children, you're not even keeping your population afloat. Islam will be.
Wait a minute.
Islam will be here long after these Western cultures have collapsed in debt and feminism. Islam will be here another 10,000 years or whatever it is. You'll see.
Just real quick though, Truck. Still, the problem that helps that goes against your hypothesis or whatever, right? It's still there's not going to be enough of them here to override the Christians that are here. And then, like you said, you have a big, huge influx of Hispanics. And as you know, Asians, right? So no, there's no way they're gonna. Again,
fantastic. How many Muslims are there? Hold on. Fantastic. How many Muslims are there in the world?
2 billion.
Only 300. There's less than 300 million Americans. There are billions of Muslims.
Yeah,
allow me to interject. Please.
Hey, Big Truck.
Mr. Fantastic. The problem is that any people from the Western world, they're not reproducing. We've known this, okay? The reason why America is growing is because of immigration. It's not because of people having children. When the people come here, they don't have children. The only people having children are traditional cultures like the
Thank
Amish,
you.
right, and Muslims. The
Yeah,
problem
but
is this,
I
right?
told you how that's going to be fixed by fucking a whole
Oh,
different.
fantastic. Let me ask you a real
Wait, wait,
quick
wait,
question.
wait,
I
wait,
want you to
Stephen,
hold on. Can you
God
point out?
damn, man.
Can you point out any
Yelling and
Islamic?
shit.
Hold on.
wait,
Can
wait,
you?
wait,
Wow.
I don't understand
Can
what
you hold on, dude. Hold on. You can't point out any of these Islamic states that have negative population growth. America, without the immigration, has negative population growth. Japan has
1.3
negative
billion.
population growth. UK has negative population
Hey,
growth.
back up from your phone, brother.
The Muslims keep their women reproducing, and that alone will ensure that you'll be there when the rest of them ain't.
Yeah.
Roaches do the same shit.
Yeah,
Fantastic, respectfully, for his thesis to be correct, that
Jesus.
would mean white men would have to give up power, which they're not going to do.
They
We
don't
can-
have to
we
give
can
it up.
debate- we can
Power is not voluntary giving up. It's
And
given
then
up by
let them,
force.
and then the
By
The white
Muslims,
force.
the
and then
white
the
man is
Muslims
the
can
big
stay within
boogeyman. He
their
doesn't
own
exist.
countries.
Yeah,
I'm
but
assuming that both of you are familiar with history. We know the Muslims have attempted to enter Europe. People argue that the Crusades was bad, that Europe was violent. The Crusades, 1,000+ years ago, the sole purpose was to keep Islam out of Europe. We all know what occurred in Spain. The Isabella and Ferdinand were not going to invest to Columbus until they
What
moved
happened in
all of.
Spain, dear? What happened in Spain before Isabel and Columbus? So I just want to check your history and make sure
No,
you're
what
accurate.
happened was Spain. We all know that Islam was very, very prominent within Spain. And then what happened? Queen
It's not.
Isabella.
No. You're wrong.
Okay,
You're wrong.
respect. I'm not going to battle it back and forth, but we
You can't battle because you're wrong. Islam is alive and well in Europe right now.
Passport, bro. Passport, bro. Back up. Let her go. Let her go. I want her to finish so I can debunk it.
we know. I'm sure you have some background knowledge with the Inquisition. I believe the last stronghold, I may be wrong, was I think for Islam was Granada in Spain around 476.
Who were those? Who were the Islamic people that you're referring to?
I don't remember. What does that matter?
That's because it's been hidden
It
from you
matters a lot.
intentionally. Hold on, can I educate you and share something with
Islam
you?
has had some history in Europe, but it has always been checked. White
No,
Christians are not going to allow Islam to take hold within the Western world. It simply is not going to happen. And this is something that's actively being discussed. We've already seen with Trump putting sanctions on what we heard the word that he said, those shithole countries, which are all Muslim countries. White men are not going to just allow a steadfast group of Muslims into Western world. It's simply not going to happen. And someone mentioned, yes, it is correct. The United States immigration is completely being supported by migration. So that's how the population is growing. That is correct. But where are the majority of these people are coming? They're coming from the Americas. And Latin culture of course, is again Christian culture. There really is not that heavy stronghold of Islam when we're looking in Central and South America and the Latin American countries.
This is the problem.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, Truck couldn't hear me because he was yelling and shit. But I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back to the abortion thing, right? When he was
Islam
saying
has been in America since Malcolm X.
Hold on, brother.
Before that,
when he was talking about American women aborting their babies, probably black women he was talking about, right? But like, hey man, who goes into? I mean, most of those women that are getting abortions are single mothers. And they got pregnant out of wedlock, right? I don't know too many married couples that go into abortion clinics. So therefore, if they did have the children, it'd be a lot of other niggas on child support. So I don't know why men are bothered by Roe versus Wade, because it doesn't really concern you. That's not your child. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not going to be more brothers on child support. It's going to be the same brother on child support.
If she goes through with the pregnancy, yes, you will be on child support, because those are single mothers going into abortion clinics. Those aren't married women.
But
Yeah,
you're not
but what
getting
he's saying
hold
is
on,
that a small
you're not
percentage of men are impregnating all the women, DeVale. That's what he's saying.
Well, I
that's
That's why he
mean,
that's
said,
not even hold
whatever.
on,
You
that's
can
not even
say
the
that if you
problem.
want
That's
to,
not even the
but
problem. That's not even the problem. The problem, look, let me explain real quick, okay? The
but
problem is this.
you just missed my point, right?
no,
Okay,
I
go
didn't.
ahead.
Y'all want to talk about something else, but what I'm saying is these aren't women in marriages that are going to the abortion clinic.
I know a few that got they got
Wait, hold
married,
on.
got abortions without their husband's consent, without him even knowing that they were
Okay, but
pregnant.
it
That's
doesn't matter if they're
very
married. It
rare.
doesn't matter if
Very
they're
rare.
married. Hold on. It
Very
They
doesn't
don't.
rare.
Not all of
First,
them are going to
wait,
be open about it.
you address me with that question, so I'm going to answer that really quickly. First of all, yeah, it does affect me because as a black person, there's a reason why the numbers of blacks haven't passed 14% in all of these years. And then, hold on, no, before you say anything. If you're aborting these children and you're using abortion as a birth control method, which it's not supposed to be used as, it's supposed to be used in the extreme circumstances. They're using this shit as if it's a condom. So the simple fact is, most of these other countries, especially these Islamic countries,
You got kids?
first of all, if
you got kids,
excuse me, I'm still talking. If you have children out of wedlock, they don't give you any support whatsoever.
You talking about Islamic countries or America?
Yes, Islamic countries. They don't
Well,
give you any
a
support.
lot
Excuse
Islamic
me,
countries
they
don't concern
give you
me. I
support.
live in
They
America.
use you as a bad example
I
of
live in
what.
America, man.
You live
Yeah,
in the
you
United
live in
States.
America, but there's only 350 million Americans, and out of that, there's only 44 million blacks. And thanks
Yeah.
to abortion,
Anything outside of this country don't concern
blacks.
me.
Okay, well, if you don't think it concerns you, then that's cool. You go to sleep and you think that. I'm looking at the rest of the world because I move around, I get around, I travel. I don't know
Do you
about
have
you.
children?
I travel. I don't know about you.
Do you have children?
I might.
Okay.
I might be light skinned,
Okay.
but I'm not going to get into
I know
that.
what you look like, bro. I know what you look like. You can't.
I'm not going to get into that. I might be light skinned.
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen, man. Listen. That's it for tonight. I appreciate you niggas coming out.
I might be Irish.
Okay.
Before you go,
Big
Mr.
Truck talking
Fantastic,
about our light.
correction.
We're gonna end the show on Big Truck talking about I might be light skinned, and that was a good one, Truck. I got
Thank you.
I got the reference. But hey, man, hey, I greatly appreciate all you brothers and more than you know coming out. Thank you for being a good sport.
Fantastic. I greatly appreciate how respectful you were and moderating your panel. Thank you very much. And I do look forward to the other discussion focusing solely on workplace. So
great.
Thank you very
much.
Can I give her the answer
Oh, that's
to
gonna be
who the
hilarious.
Islamic people were before you go? Fantastic.
Go ahead, Noble.
Dear, from 711 AD to 1492, coincidentally the same time Columbus sailed the ocean blue, the Iberian Peninsula, known as Al-Andalus, was ran by melanated men and women called Moors. That's what they kept from you. And in Al-Andalus, all three religions were respected: Judaism, Islam, as well as Christianity. In fact, it's the only place in the world where you can find a mosque, a synagogue, and a Christian church all on the same block. So what they told you about Europe and the history, let me finish here.
what he just said right now, I actually did learn that in high school. Fantastic.
Okay, well, you did. When I asked you who the Islamic group was, you didn't refer to it.
No, because it's irrelevant to my point. It's just my point was that there has always been checks and balances to Islam in Europe, and
Islam is
that you're about to mention. Yes, the exact same year or the few years before Isabella and Ferdinand even financed Columbus, there was the Inquisition, where they did what? Expelled not just Muslims, but also Judaism as well, Sephardi Jews as well.
That's because they reproduce. They're not reproducing now. They can't expel if they don't have people. That's the thing you're not getting. If you don't reproduce, if you have no one to actually do the work, that you can't exert power. That's the thing that Mr. Passport, bro, and we're talking about.
Noble, Murr is a racial slur. That's where that came from.
Peace, Mr. Fantastic.
No.
Hey, man, it was a pleasure, man. Hey, man, y'all have a good weekend. Be safe out there.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Pat. Thank you, Mr. Fantastic. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go out.
No problem.
I appreciate you, man.
They're not going to give up power, even if it's just one of them. We all know that they have not completely reproduced.
Black is a racial slur, brother.
But they're not going to give up power, especially not to Islam. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, well, on a side note, I guess, Mr. Fantastic, on Tuesday, you could talk about the collapse of the U.S. petrodollar as Saudi Arabia had said that we're not going to use it anymore, and the white man is just going to have to deal with it because we took your power, bitch. I'm talking about not you. Thank you.
All right, man.
Fantastic. You are a veteran. Because I've been in your life before. You are a veteran. The United States dollar is backed by fully the United States government, United States. The U.S. dollar goes nowhere. We can complain back and forth. U.S. currency is the lender of last resort. I know we have the BRIC nations wanting to look into bringing their own new currency. We all know there have been issues with SWIFT and Russia. At the same
Blind faith equals slavery.
the United States will happily go to war with multiple countries.
Really?
Keep the power, the influence, the usage, utility of the United States dollar.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Government.
So just real quick. So Chuck, you know they passed that mandatory that with the automatic draft shit, right? Today was it yesterday? I think it was like yesterday.
Oh yeah, to draft women?
No, men. So not it's no longer now where you're like, I guess like you're registered. You have to register. It said it's automatic now.
Yeah, well, we don't fit into that, and I know I don't.
Well, no, we don't. It's 18 to 26, but still, that's what I'm saying. So, like what she's saying has a little bit of credence to where you're right. So it's two sides of the same coin, right? So if Saudi Arabia and all them say they're going to kick off and pretty much like you said, start the fucking decline of the damn, of the United States as and again, shout out to all the historians out there. United States is long overdue for the fucking run of a dynasty run, bro. We're long overdue, right? And it's like all of this shit is at a fever pitch. You got what the inflation's crazy. We're still fucking in the recession. We never came out of recession. It was 2008. You pretty much have the last resort of them trying to, the whole Trump shit didn't work. So again, I say this is my 10-4 fucking Tuesdays early. I told y'all, man, the whole plan for this shit, when they find out for sure fucking Joe Biden out here motherfucking sounding like I don't even know what, man. This motherfucker sounding like Mush Mouth from the goddamn from Fat Albert. So
fantastic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Watch what happens with Venezuela. Saudi Arabia in the Middle East has the second largest coffers of oil. The most in any place in the world is in Venezuela. So we gonna go into Venezuela. Something's gonna happen where we start, going into Venezuela to get their oil.
Dude up out of there though. That's why
we started making friends with Venezuela back when we first put sanctions against Russian oil in 2021. I specifically remember the headlines. But fantastic. Talking about that draft, you've probably gotten around enough to take a look at the state of American adolescence.
Yeah.
Do you believe, for even 5 minutes, that the current state of American children, I'll say, is going to be war ready anytime soon?
No, it's the principle though, Chuck. So this is pretty much it, right? So no, I would say out of the people that got automatically drafted, let's just say there was World War III within the next,
it's already upon us.
You will have I would say you have anywhere from a 60 to 70% washout. So you have 60 to 70% of people that would either like just not do it, buck, and they say fuck it, give me the prison time or whatever. Drugs, they're too fat or whatever, or they're mentally unstable, or whatever the fuck it was. So I think that would take at least 40% of people off the table that wouldn't even make it to any type of boot camp or any type of military facility. They're automatically disqualified. And then of the 60% remaining, I would say 60% of those people wouldn't make it either. 60 to 70% of those people wouldn't make it either.
Exactly.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly on it, but still.
And just keep in mind, it wasn't even but 2 months ago where our current children were ready to throw America and Israel under the bus for TikTok. So you basically have a fifth column here that you call children.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Wait, can I ask a quick question?
Here.
Oh, my bad.
No, you go ahead, Tyrone.
I was just going to say, I haven't really studied up on geopolitics in a while. Ever since the last election, I've been really chilling. But from what I understand, I mean, maybe I'm off, but with World War III, I don't see it escalating, or put it this way, if it did escalate to actual World War III, I think that's an end game for the entire world, because I don't see how, if Russia and America ever went at it 1v1, I don't see how that doesn't just destroy the entire planet.
Well, no, well,
because they literally they have the biggest nuclear.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
They're not going to use nukes.
Tyrone,
Nukes are just there to check each other.
Let me say, Tyrone, they're not going to use nuclear.
Oh, you're saying, taking that nukes off the table? You're taking.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. Okay.
That's just checking each other.
Okay. All right.
And not only that. So listen, if one, like you said, if one fires, all fires. So it's not just United States and Russia. It'll be United States.
Russia, it'd be everybody. Yeah.
China, North Korea. It literally, like I said, it would be a change. So the actual threat of that is just something,
it's a deterrent more than anything.
And it's huge. And it's huge headlines for media, what's name, and propagandizing people, Russia bad and whatever else, and so on and so forth, right? So this whole thing, especially now with the Russia doing operations down in Cuba, Cuba's riding your back door and all this bullshit. Again, man, it's just to build up that thing, but they really do want something to kick off officially, because again, they're betting on the odds of, hey, no president,
big money.
No, not just the money part, but no sitting president has ever been removed during an official war and conflict.
So and fantastic. Again, do they hope that it kicks off in terms of like a proxy event? Like
no. Like, it would have to be an actual, and this is why you've had all of this stuff just provoking. And the funny thing about it is, if you look at Vladimir Putin, he understands that. Vladimir Putin understands the fact of the matter that, listen, man, and there are much bigger people at play, and 10-4-2s and shit. I don't want to go into that. He knows that the shit that Biden is doing is purposely to try and keep him in there longer. Putin understands, though, this dude is a useless idiot, not even a useful idiot, and he's fucking up too much shit. So when he did the shit with Ukraine, that's why he's been talking about them accepting Ukraine into the fucking NATO, which you can't do, especially during the fucking a conflict, right? But he's trying to get, and then supplying them with all these weapons, and they're using them weapons in fucking Russia. He's trying to do this shit so Putin retaliates, and kicks it off, and that gives him, again, just even if it's a slight nudge, a chance of fucking coming back. Which again, now Putin understands, win or lose with that, he doesn't want that shit, because again, Russia is China's not ready. So Russia and China are together, but China's fucking, everybody talking about China having 1 billion people. Majority of those billions of fucking people are old as fuck, right?
Yeah.
So that big ass army or military they got, bro, it's nothing, because
aren't a lot of those niggas in rural plains and shit deep in China? So, it's not like they're
it's not even. But again, man, a lot of this stuff, man, on the outside looking in, for people that don't really keep up with military shit or whatever, it's they just go by whatever the media narrative is out there. So World War III is not even a realistic thing, bro. We got a better chance of some homegrown shit kicking off.
It's a better chance of women getting what they want than World War III.
Yeah, at this point, but they trying for it, bro. They trying to push for the shit, because because that's they have no chance of fucking.
We literally have the hunt for Red October going on now in Cuba.
Yeah, but that's
if they wanted to do anything here, they just set off a massive EMP and watch how these Americans wouldn't survive 30 days.
I was thinking about that EMP shit too.
But that's what I'm saying. That wouldn't be. So again, that's another thing too, man.
If they wanted to, that's how easy it would be.
But if they couldn't set it off, they wouldn't set it off here. It would, because then they'll be dead in the water, and they wouldn't be able to get back. So if you set off a EMP, saying anything within it had to be something that's long range only, because if you do it where,
agreed.
So yeah,
but they got the capabilities with their missile,
yeah,
technology.
that's the thing, and that's the thing there. But especially like you said, coming more so, it be coming more so from the West Coast than the East Coast. Again, man, there's just so much shit going on with this stuff, just strategically and logistically that
Hmm.
a lot of people just, you know what I'm saying, don't really pay attention to, which you shouldn't for the most part because it's not really a threat. But will we live to see an actual conflict on American soil? We might. We might. The younger generation, I think you will, but that'll be long after. Again, like you said, the economy is officially done, and then
Yep.
you have the money to fight like you did, and then too on top of it, this brick shit. So this brick shit long term is a threat. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, true.
As far as the conflict here on the state side, the largest group of armed individuals in the world is the our U.S. citizens. They don't, we've been producing guns and owning guns for
Yeah,
centuries.
the
So
problem, the problem with that though, again, the same thing. Those people are not going to fight. What's the name, bro? Is that the Ukraine shit you pulling right? They pulling Ukraine. Like pick up your guns and fight for your country and fight for your people and all this other shit. You will have some hardcore veterans and some people that's on some shit like that or whatever. But the majority of people with guns, nah, they're gonna use them to stay in their house.
Wait,
And
so you think it would be an actual mass scale land invasion on some normie
no,
shit?
I'm saying
never.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get that. I'm like,
no.
where? Because the way
That's why
America's
it would never
positioned,
happen.
it's not.
It's
The
that's
way
what I'm saying.
America's positioned,
That's what
it's
I'm saying.
not many
It
ways
won't
to
happen.
attack
It
America.
won't. It won't happen in our lifetimes. But what I'm saying is, eventually, like I said, when America is no longer the reserve currency of the world, and then
Yep.
pretty much you lose the power that you have, and we've had ever since, like what I'm saying, pretty much like almost the inception of America.
Hmm.
That is a complete and total paradigm shift, not only for America but for the world. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because more likely than not, now the people running shit is going to be communists. You feel what I'm
But
saying?
you don't think if in the next 100 years, if it gets too like noticeably close to that downfall, you don't think the establishment politicians of this country are going to like fight like tooth and nail to not relinquish that power? Like,
They can fight. They can
No,
fight it
they
all they
want.
want, but you
They're
won't.
already trying to go towards a one world,
Yeah, the government. Yeah, yeah.
government. The World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, and all of them. They're getting together, but behind the shadows, planning everything. There's an Agenda 30 that's out there that you can look up and read, and they outlines their plan. Right? There's all this, global warming, all this, environmental laws, the Copenhagen Treaty. There's all these things that are set up to try to erode the U.S. Constitution. If the United States falls, the world falls into communism.
Yeah, so exactly. Again, that the United States is people don't understand, man. United States is the only thing stopping the fucking new world order, one world government, whatever
Yes,
you want to call it, because again, it is the epitome of fucking human rights, freedoms, liberty, all that
liberty.
shit. You don't have that shit nowhere else in the world like that, bro. Not even in Europe. Not even in Europe it is like it is here. Hell, not even in Canada is what I'm saying, you have the same liberties and rights here. So again, it's a lot that's going to be based on the economy, right? Because again, the dollar is everything, right? He who owes the
Hmm.
gold, he who owes the gold makes the rules. Excuse me. So the thing is, no matter how much Congress wants to fight or the whoever it is in power at the time, they won't have the resources, they won't have the money, they
no,
won't
but
have.
I meant when it gets to the point where they have America's back in the corner. Like I don't know if I don't know if it's
It's
like I
already
don't
at that point.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like if it happened right now that China and Russia was trying to take over. I'm saying like Nancy Pelosi and all these people, would they
No,
like
bro, they're
be
gonna take their
traitors
money.
and
They're gonna
secretly flee to another
yes,
country, or would
yes,
they?
that's
They
exactly what
got bunkers already.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
exactly.
yeah, yeah, like they would flee like
They're
on some
gonna
Russell
take
Simmons shit. They would flee to an
they're
island and shit
they're
like
going
that. Like
they're going
I'm
to
assuming.
take they're going to liquidate their fucking stocks like they do anyway whenever they know some shit's gonna happen. And
Hmm.
then they're gonna stack their money and they're either gonna go into their bunkers like Noble said, or they're gonna go to another country that's gonna fucking hold them for asylum because they got the money
Yeah.
to pay to be there. So
Yep.
yeah, man, nah, these none of these politicians are for you. These people are, like I said, then they also working for the same people you talking about. All these three-letter groups, man, WHO,
The WHO,
WHO,
the World Economic
yeah,
Forum.
Yeah,
Economic
WH,
Forum, yeah,
IMF.
all that
IM,
shit,
yeah.
bro. All them people. That's the same people, dog. Just a different motherfucking, just a different fucking letter grouping. And like you said, man, all this stuff is written down, bro. Like I said, if you go do the research for yourself, I know people think that the conspiracy theorists are batting 10,000, not even 1,000, 10,000, bro.
It's no longer a theory once you got evidence. It's like a
Everything we've been telling y'all, bro, is just slowly but surely showing you, and it's happening. So just do the research, bro. We've been talking about, we've been telling everybody for forever, but hey, it is what it is.
You took
Let me
a
read the
shot.
super
You ain't
chats,
part
man.
of
I'm
the
gonna get
future.
up out of here. Huh? I gotta read these super chats, man. I gotta go to sleep, man. Shit. I appreciate y'all for pulling up on me.
Oh, happy Father's Day.
Appreciate you, brother. Really appreciate you, man.
happy
Shout out
dad
to
day to you guys.
all
Thank
the
you, Big
dads out there,
Truck.
man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate the happy congratulations.
yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. That's fathers, man, in the chat. You guys, still up here with me. People on everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. Hope you get something better than tying socks, man. I'm hoping for the best. Shout out to No
I got a
Guarantee.
tie. I got a tie.
She gave examples of harassment outside the workplace when the men, and then she said the black women harassed her at the workplace. Come on. Dick Thug for the 10. I agree with her. Black men in corporate America only downfalls relationships at the job. Does she have a man? Just trying to understand the perspective of what qualifies her. Is she black? Just asking for a warrior. Yeah, she's black. Black needs to rid of the white Christ. Your threesome God hasn't done us any justice historically. Okay, I guess. All right. Salute to you, Miss Fantastic. Fire content. Hey, I greatly appreciate you, brother, man. Hey, shout out to everybody that came through, bro. Hey, that's that on that when we catch y'all next, man. Holla. We out.
Peace.